Sorry I'm a minute late, ladies and gentlemen.
Same day delivery?
I was just getting a quick shower after some yard work. So, apologies that we're a couple minutes late. Hopefully everyone is doing well. Let me go over here. Take care of this. Make sure we set up our super cool web browser. Also let everybody know that we are live. Like I said, we're a couple minutes late. Wait for everybody to come in. Hopefully everybody is doing well on this Friday afternoon. The link up, man. That's what happens when you're a couple minutes late. There we go. All is good. How's everyone doing? Let me know if you guys could hear me, because we've been having some audio issues at the start of some of these streams lately. If you're watching over on YouTube, as always, would appreciate any likes you leave on the stream because it helps increase visibility. That would be super, super awesome if you could do that. Let's brick. Yo, what's going on, Brad? Yo, what's going on, GH? Yo, hydrate. Dude, I got the tall boy. This is all we got for water today. We got this leftover smart water and then one of these. Need the electrolytes. Yo, what's going on? One shot. You know how it is. Let's do some Guild Wars or whatever have you while we wait for everybody to come rolling through for Fix It Friday. Make sure you guys get your, whatever you need in.
I'll show you something cool.
Post it in Fix It streams in the Discord if you need help with stuff. It is linked down in the description of the stream if you're watching on YouTube, and if you are on Twitch, it is in the title. You just hit !Discord, join the Discord. Submit whatever you need fixed up. Please, only one character per person per stream under Fix It streams, and we'll take a look at it in like 20 minutes or so. Yo, what's going on, Asmodeus? We're out here grinding, trying to slowly get our alt account into a good spot here. Go over here to hunt. Let's run some Asthmatic. Make sure we're in a good spot here. We got all of our characters geared up. Try to run some Asthmatic. We need some immunity for our Luna. Also need some immunity now that I think about it for our Navy Captain Landy. That would be good to get too. Unity would also be nice, I think, for her too. The account is not speed seeded enough. We'll try. I'm also curious, by the way, we can have a larger conversation about it throughout the stream, but how are people building Schniel? How are you guys feeling about him a couple days in? I think he's very good. My initial opinion was we didn't need ER on him. My current opinion is that I think he does need effect resistance, so I'm curious if other people are matching how I'm feeling about him.
Welcome.
Why don't you test your luck? Goodbye. I'll see you later.
Candlestick, apparently.
You're still alive.
Really? Candlestick's very good on him? Alright. It's that time while we wait. How many people we got in here first before I do this? Yeah, not too many in here just yet. So I'll wait off on I'll hold off on Guild War predictions in a little bit. We'll wait about 5 minutes for more people to come rolling through. Totally random, but how bad is the idea of changing frenzy to just increase damage and not impact max HP and healing? To compensate, just increase the damage higher than normal. This is actually how Battle Frenzy worked in the earlier seasons, like Season 1. And basically people complained because characters like Fallen Cecilia, Crimson Armin, Ruel of Light were too good. So they changed Frenzy to reduce max HP. Basically, a very vocal portion, I don't want to say minority or majority, a very vocal portion of the RTA player base really does not like tanks, does really not like Soul Weavers, really enjoys Cleave, and really likes Ancient Book. And they are super loud and vocal, and this is a pretty good segue to how I could talk about the PC client at the same time. These people vocalize their opinions on Stove. If you have a problem with Epic 7, please make a Stove post about it, right? Like, that is really, really important. The word that I've been given from up on high is that, you know, they look at Stove first. You know how the squeaky wheel gets the grease? They don't look at Reddit as much. They don't look at YouTube or Twitch. They look at Stove when it comes to addressing problems in the community. So if you're ever wondering why things are sometimes the way they are, things like, why did my Pirate Captain Flan buff just disappear? Because somebody was real loud about it on Stove. So if ever you're wondering, like, why things are, it's probably because someone complained about it on Stove. Or if you're wondering why a change hasn't happened, it's because somebody hasn't made a big enough ruckus about it on Stove yet. I promise you, if we made a post that said we would like nerfs in the game and it got 2,000 hearts or whatever on Stove, they would probably actually realistically consider the damn thing. Yeah, honestly, Asmodeus, that's a real thing. If you said Blue Luna is bad, she needs a buff, and it got enough upvotes, they would consider it. They would at least put her on a balance patch. Yeah. No, that's like, I personally right now think that the metagame is pretty fun. I don't know if it's like balanced, but I think it's fun. I'm having fun with the metagame. Right? But you know, I don't know. Like I said, there's a couple things that I would fix, right? I have goals. I now have goals. Time to rally the troops. It's funny. Yeah, that's it. There are a couple of things that I think are not very good game design. Like, this character is not super good game design. Honestly, this right here, do not disturb this this ability, this skill. I have no problems whatsoever with this skill. I like the fact that it can kill a character in one hit. Sure, bro. Like, that's par for the course this far into E7's lifespan. My problem is this giving evasion. This move should not give evasion, period. Like, period. Like, it should not be. It should say, at the start of the first battle, gains 3 focus. After an ally uses a basic attack skill, it consumes 1 focus, triggering a dual attack. This character has 0 business having evasion at all. This character would have still been great without the evasion. That is literally a bridge too far. We talked about this yesterday because people were asking me about our tier list. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. We had a tier list that we were talking about yesterday, where it was like design mistakes. I might not have saved it. Nah, it doesn't look like I saved it. But we were talking about design mistakes yesterday on the stream. And I was talking about how Empyrean Ilanav as a character is got like 3 or 4 things in her kit. And she only needed 2 to 3 of them. She doesn't need all 4, right? Like, this character would have been fine without the CR push. Right? This character would have been fine if she didn't cleanse. This character would have been fine if she didn't have injuries in her kit. If you take any one of those 3 things away, she's fine. She still sees just as much play. She just doesn't become the monster that she is right now. Honestly, like, I'll be real with you. I think Ilanav being the best character in the game, I'm more okay with Ilinab being the best thing in the game than I was with Death Dealer Ray being the best thing in the game, with BBK being the best thing in the game, with Ran being the best thing in the game, right? Like, they're with honestly, it might be even better than like C Phantom Politis. Like, there are a lot of things that I think are more toxic than Ilinab is. Right? That's just my opinion. Anyways, now that we have a couple of people in here now, let's throw up this cool snazzy prediction for Guild War Challenge mode. Let me go over here real fast. There we go. DBK, dude, Corinne is one of my all-time favorite characters at Epic 7, and even I think that she's cringe. ML Ilinab card carries by turn 2, but to be fair, I mean, doesn't she carry everyone right now? My point is, like to use like a fighting game analogy, right? ML Ilinab is like Ryu from Street Fighter if he's the best character in the game. Like, if Ryu is the best character in the game, that just means that the character's well-rounded, has good tools, right? Has an option for every situation. That's like what I consider like the best version of a top tier. A top tier character is going to always fall into one of two camps. One, it just does things really well and has a lot of really good options. That to me is always preferable for my best character in the game scenario. Because it doesn't mean that the character is doing anything cheap. It just means that they're super well-rounded and good in a lot of scenarios, which, you know, is what it is, right? Like, Conqueror, Lilius, Mediator, Quirk, they sort of fall under that scenario. Mediator Quirk is another example of that kind of character. Where if Mediator's the best character in the game, I'm fine with that. Conqueror is a bit skewed more towards the second category, which is a character that is top tier simply because the options that they have are broken with no counterplay. That was like C Phantom Politis when she came out. There was no good answer to C Phantom Politis. You just killed everybody. That's bad design. Flan is basically that second category. It's a top tier with no good answer. Like, your best answers in the game right now are Solitaria, which has an absolute metric ton of risk associated with it. You have Shadow Knight, which is just okay. It's not a great option, but it's just okay. And it's only good if you have Rocket Punch. If you don't have Rocket Punch, you missed Espa collab. Well, tough shit. And then the other one is Fighter Maya, which also requires Rocket Punch. So again, tough shit. So, like, the fact of the matter is, there's only one semi-reliable, usable answer versus Flan. And that's Solitaria, which is a Moonlight 5-star, which is also bad. Oh, Shoutier. Fine. Fine. Shoutier. I'll give you Shoutier. Somebody was telling me about, what was it, Melissa yesterday. Melissa could be a good option. I'll actually have to look into that. The most reliable Flan answer is ML Ludwig. I don't know about that, Chief. But that's less a Ludwig is the answer. Or more of a, if Ludwig gets to play the game, he wipes everything off the face of the earth. Yeah, but New Moon Luna requires you to have turn 1. If your opponent has turn 1, then they just go S1 your New Moon Luna and kill it. I've said it a lot in the past. If a character's only counterplay is just outspeed it 5-head, it's not good design. Like, you can't make characters that are just like, just outspeed it. I win. Even Ludwig is only 50-50 to hit her? Okay. Alright. Now that World Boss is done, we can move on to Guild Wars now. I didn't see how many people voted one way or another. I wasn't paying attention to the cool on-screen graphic, which, by the way, I really like that addition. And hopefully you guys enjoy the on-screen poll now. Alright. Yo, surely we win here. Hey, Toddy37, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Alright. We're on the PC client, so we don't have the best stuff here. Alright, let's go. Rieg. And then we go Matmol. And then for bottom team, we go... Yo, we go Yuna. Let's go. Wait, no, we can't do a Yuna. Hold on. Yo, what if... Yo, Team Abyss. Let's go. Let's go Team Abyss for bottom team. I'll lose. Have Team Abyss. Oh, that's not Tamarin. Sounds like a plan to me. Don't you have Celine built? I have Celine. This is not my main account. This is my side account.
Overpower them all.
All right.
Death comes in unexpected moments.
Yo, Briggs, mine lives. My Brig lives, bro.
Obey.
No, he doesn't. Never mind. I lied.
I'm confident.
Oh no, am I not on the... I might not be on the right EE here.
Forbidden spell.
No, I'm not taking that. I'm not taking the L, bro.
I will do my best.
No. This is literally I win status. Watch this.
All is done. You'll regret facing me.
Not taking the L. No way.
I'm scared.
People were like, take the L. No, no, no. We're not taking any L's. No. We can absolutely win that.
And forevermore.
Should we get started? Son of light, burn!
All right.
Well then,
Let's get wild.
What if I don't want to? Oh my god. It actually one-shot my Lorena. Alright, I'm sorry, believers. Oh my god, I can't believe it actually did that to me. It actually one-shot me. Holy shit, dude. That's my own fault, by the way. He was green. I thought that it would live. I should have taken Savior Auden. Oh, well. Oh, well. Yo. Dude, I am disappointed. I am disappointed. Damn, dude. That really happened. Oh, dude, this Vivian is super dead if I bring her here. I need to bring a different DPS here. I'll bring Mercedes. 4K points for you.
I will release my power. Call, unveil your eye of terror. As long as I have something to protect, I have no doubt in my bones. I will cut you down.
Oh, man. Man, that was so... Alright, the classic. Hit me with the classic. She doesn't dodge. Hit me with the classic.
The time has
Alright. I feel like my Auden is broken, by the way. My Auden has not dodged in the last, like, 6 times. And yes...
Is it my turn?
I couldn't tell you why my Auden does not dodge.
I told you. This is
Magic?
Command me.
Man.
Obey me. Obey me. I'll keep
Oh man, this does not bode well for our chances. Wait, hold on.
Obey me.
No, we're not winning this.
Obey me. Here we go.
We're super not winning this, right?
Call. Mercedes, preparation complete. I'll help you.
Wait, no. I get stripped no matter what happens here. This is ass. I'm dead. Like, there's nothing I can do to... nothing I can do to survive this. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. Because then he goes immediately into Sword Arts. Yeah, that's top, right?
I think I'm going to faint. Let's go, Tuna. Were you waiting?
Discord today? Yeah, use Discord in order to submit your builds.
I'll protect you. Take this.
Let's go, Tuna.
All right, so not the best showing for the Guild War challenge mode. Who else I got left? I guess we go Vivian bottom, Mercedes top. I guess that's the play. Yuna's getting nerfed next patch. Don't say that.
Are you waiting long? Hello, it's me, Yuna. Let's go, Tuna. I will release
Yo,
my
that is quite the impressive Angelica.
of utility.
Very interesting. Unleash my power!
You can't close your eyes. Go away.
If I must fight,
Yo,
I
mine
hope you're
kills.
ready.
I'm already.
It's the classic.
All is done. How dare you?
I'm scared. Yes.
Should have taken the easier fights, man. Rewarded the believers a bit more.
All right, let's do this.
Very interesting.
I'll protect you. Purifying flame.
All right.
Burn away the evil.
At this point, we can just auto win from here, right?
Yes. Go away.
Watch it take forever because Vivian misses every hit.
This won't be an easy fight.
All right, we are. Never mind.
I always keep my word.
Yes, Sora, that's kind of true about Yuna. She's not super amazing without those things, at least for PvP. She's really good in PvE though. Like, I was really impressed with her performance. All right, let me see here. While we're in the background, not waiting room, we want specialty change. I'm gonna run this in the background for Fix It Friday. Oh, I can't because we have everything running as a manic in the background. Man, screw as a manic. Yo, I didn't realize this was the Tagahel that they talk about in the ancient book, like that. All right. Let's move over here real fast. Let me see. Are we on the right browser? Yes, we are. You need to fix it Friday for Nikkei? How would that work, ATK? How would that work? Like, fix it Friday for Nikkei would just be like, yeah, I think you re-roll that substat. That's it. That's all it would be. And then people will be like, okay. Like, Fix It Friday and Nikkei edition would literally be, you show me your, a piece of equipment on your Nikkei, and I just go, yeah, you should re-roll that max ammo capacity to elemental damage. That's it. That's the whole, that's it. That's everything. All right. Let's jump into this. Let's see how we're doing here. How many submissions have we had? All right, actually a decent chunk of them. Okay. So let's start it off with Seppin here. Clean was the first person to submit one here. You guys hopefully see it. Yeah, here we go. It's an afternoon soak Juan. Okay. Attack seems pretty good. Overall, this looks pretty good at a glance. Crit damage is a little low. Speed's a little low. And then we have some ER. I believe she has F naturally, right? Let me double check with my own one on this account. I think this character naturally has 18F, right? No, she doesn't. Does she get it from Awakens? She does. Okay. Yeah, she gets 18 naturally. Okay. Yeah, no pen set. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Harsetti, yeah, I could see why that's a thing. Wait, well, yeah, I mean, with the dodge chance, immunity is pretty strong on the character, right? So, looking at it, sword seems good. Helmet seems good. Body seems great. Left side seems all stellar. Right side gear. Necklace could be higher roll, but still seems quite good. Ring's amazing. Boots are suspect. I would say boots, you would want something a little bit better than this. These are pretty suspect. They're average roll, right? ER is a lot of wasted stats. Fly health, not the best. Obviously, we would like to get one where we have HP percentage, crit damage, and then also like maybe defense, flat attack, like those subs. I think that would go a long way. Or even speed. Getting some speed here would be nice. Like if we get some boots with some speed on it, that could work. Overall, I feel like we have a lack of crit damage, so it's also possible you could switch the sword, for example, with something that has a bit more crit damage, more attack on it. Helmet's just crazy high gear score in general. So yeah, I think that's where I'm at right now. I think the boot is the definite thing we change up. And if we could get a higher rolled necklace, that would be good. But like overall, I think this is a pretty good plan. I think you're on point. Like I said, my only critiques are just speed and crit damage are a little low. Health is a little bit high, I think, compared to where it needs to be necessarily. All right, move on to Mr. GH, the spice. Right, this is what you were talking about earlier in Discord. You're like, I got the spice. It's the artifact that I'm just like, probably something that was in How to Play Designer Lilibet, which I think you said it was, right? Defense is good. Health is good. Speed is low, but we're on lifesteal. Huh. Let me see something. Let me go over here. What is... She's Libra, right? No, she's Capricorn, I think? Cancer. Close enough. Ugh. She's 106 base speed. So that means you get 106 times 0.25. So you should get 26.5 speed. So 210 minus 26 is 184. So... And then we have how much? So we're 13 speed shy of where we should be. Because, like, you have basically the same stat line as a speed Dilibet, but you don't have the speed that you should have. So, like, if I, like, because the normal Dilibet is 2000 defense, 16 KHP, 210 speed, 270 crit damage, right? So you have literally all of that, but you're missing 13 speed. Which says to me, because I can't see the pieces, GH, but my assumption is that you have a bunch of extra attack on these pieces that I can't see. Am I right or am I wrong? Only on the ring? Okay. But there's definitely attack on it. So my thoughts are with this build, if we could pick up some speed, like I said, you should be at 184 speed if you had the same quality gear that the average Lilibet plays on speed. Yes, everyone can send a unit, Rafa. To do so, just use the Discord link in the description of the video and post under Fix It Streams. Here, let me pin a message. Yeah. There you go. And then we'll pin it. There you go. You should be able to see it. Yep, there you go. I'll get to as many people as I can. It's 3:30 local time for me. I'll go to about 6:30, and at that point, I'll have to head to the market to go pick up ingredients for dinner before it goes to before they close. So we'll do this for about 3 hours. Especially sending your skinless Stenna's. No, stop. Speaking of skins, man, I was really thinking about that Cinderella skin earlier, ATK. I'm really becoming a Cinderella fan in Nikkei. I didn't think I would like her. You remember before the anniversary, I was bashing her all the time in Cars chat. Right? And now I think I'm a believer. Blade Burger King next week's in GH. The Impossible Muffin submitted a Misty Chain. I believe you were also the person, no, that submitted Gloomy and Requiem before? Alright. So hear me out. I need a refresher on this kit, but just eyeballing it, the necklace is a no. The sword is, or the helmet is a possible, but the necklace is an absolute nah. That is not it, Chief. Rally the troops? Yeah. Alright, let me go over here and go to Heroes and then go Mage, 3-star, Misty Chain. What do you do? Okay. Multipliers. Yo, this movie is trash. What the hell? This movie is trash. Like, hold on. 7% of the damage dealt, right? If I go, like, right here is 20% damage on lifesteal, right? And people have always complained that the amount of health you get back from lifesteal is crap on lifesteal set. So you're effectively getting 28% of the damage dealt distributed amongst 4 allies for the S1. But it's got a 1x multiplier, which is average, right? I would argue it's actually slightly below average for 2024 with how power creep has been. Oh, wow. Holy shit, her attack is high. My worry is that her attack would be... She's Leo. Yeah, she has to be. I was like, with attack that high, she has to be Leo. Holy shit. Yes, the spell at the enemy with a 100% chance to make the one heal and decrease... Is this a non-attack skill? Is this actually a non-attack skill? That rate is actually kind of not great. Attacks by absorbing the enemy's life force. Some of the damage dealt is absorbed to heal all allies. All right, I'm gonna hit you, Steve. I'm gonna hit you with the quote, Mr. Impossible Muffin. But why? Like, that's it. That's it. That's all I can say is, but why? Alright, because, like, hear me out, right? Wait, you have Mystery Chain here. And you go over to Heroes, right? And you could have this free-to-play mage who is significantly more ample and able. And she has way better multipliers. You were operating, so this is a 1x, right? which is what you had, but yours was 7 healing. This one is defense break. This here, right, is a 1.7 versus the 1.3 from the Misty Chain. This also gives an attack buff. And then this is a 1.8 versus a 1.5. So you have, because Banshees, you already have Cirilla built, my guy. All right, good person of culture. So in regards to fixing the Misty Chain, need a better necklace. Probably want a better helmet. Rest of the gear is really good. This character's multipliers and effects are actually not good. Like, I'm all for repping your waifu, but man, they, like, especially amongst the Banshee sisters, this one actually might be the worst one. Like, Misty Chain might unironically be the actual worst, like, Banshee. Because, like, Requiem Roar, I was like, oh, this is kind of hilarious. I'll be real with you, I have no idea when you would ever play Misty Chain. Yo, bold statement here. Misty Chain might actually be the worst 3-star and above character in the game from what I looked at. This kid is bad. Like, I'll be real with you. I would take Enot and like Azalea every day of the week over this character. Like, people always complain that Enot is like the worst character in the game. I would straight up take Enot over this kit. Like, that is not an exaggeration. I would take Enot over this kit. Right? Like, Enot does extra damage proportional to lost health. That's very rare. It makes him do a lot of damage. He has a defense break with a good multiplier on his S2. And then his S3 is a, what's this? Yeah, it's an attack buff, right? And critical hit chance. As well as a CR push. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this move is actually good. Judgment. Enot's not a good character, but like, I would take that over Misty Chain. But no Booba? That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair criticism. Couldn't kill a haste with her S3 last week. Yeah. She just doesn't hit hard enough. She's missing like... So her multiplier is a 0.3 when it should be a 0.5 or higher. And then her ultimate is a 0.1 as a 1.5 when it needs to be a 1.8 or higher. Like, Cirilla has good multipliers. Misty Chain does not have good multipliers. I know one's a 3-star versus a 4-star, but that's just to illustrate the point that, like, if Cirilla is considered unplayable, then somebody with significantly worse multipliers in the same role has no shot. Alright. Move on to Weeb Hob here with Ambitious Tywin. Man, that is a very pixelated picture. That is like... What did we take this on? A phone for ants? Alright. So, at a glance, we are missing one of two things here. We need either effectiveness or HP. We have good speed, but we have no F. Right? For comparison, my Ambitious Tywin is about 200 speed. Like 190 to 200 speed. I have about 31k HP and like 110 F. Right? Now, the faster Ambitious Tywins are, you know, they usually have at least the F, but not necessarily the HP. So for me, looking at it, I would try and get more effective. I also don't think immunity does you too many favors. I think I would rather be on either health or, what's his name? Hit set. I think those are better than immunity on this character. Immunity, like Zio strips it, right, on S3. So, like, I don't really see the reason for it. Like, and then, like, Harsetti, right? She goes for, like, S1 at the start, and it doesn't, you know, we're not really getting our enrage from, like, Battle Command unless somebody else gets hit with it. So, I don't know. I've never been a big fan of immunity on the character. As for gear, sword is fine, not great. You like to mess up neck walls. That's that's probably... Okay, I see. So you get so you can play around buying. That's fair. Okay, if you have a legitimate reason for it, that's like fine. You could go S3, because they can't S2 you at the start. Okay, I got you there. That's actually not a bad reasoning for it. Sword is all right. Helmet is fine. This is pretty good for a purple. A lot of speed on the body, but we don't have a lot of other stats. Just high speed with a lot of like middling stats. You get a lot of your HP from your necklace. But it has a bunch of dead. It has this dead stat here. Like crit damage is nothing for us. So I think we definitely try to change up our necklace. I know it gives up a lot of HP, but dead stat plus low roll is not a great recipe here. Can we stat swap on this ring? Can we get some F here? I think maybe for the resistance here. Boot's also, like, boot is tragically low rolled. I think we need a different boot also. I just think this is a case of you're just having too many low rolls, right? Like, sword here is technically, I mean, it's high roll on HP, but it's missing a roll because it's purple. Helmet's missing a roll because it's purple. Dead rolls on your necklace. And then tragically low rolled on the boots. It's just a, like, and then also this, the body. The body's high speed, but all starting rolls and min rolls. So it's just a case of you have 5 pieces of gear that have all low rolled, and that all combines to basically, like, it starts compounding, right? So sword is missing a roll, that's 1. Helmet's missing a roll, that's 2. These are all min rolls, that all basically boils down to a 3rd missing roll. Low roll in the helmet. It's like you're missing 5 rolls. You're essentially missing a whole ass red piece. Yeah, that's Sputnik. You nailed it on the head. That's a more succinct way of saying it. This is a great first draft A Tywin, but it needs to have better rolled gear, higher quality gear for it to really push it. Like, I think your ring is your best piece. I think everything else needs, like, some amount of work, some degree of work on it. Like, I'm not a fan of these kinds of pieces on my tanks. Right? I'm not a fan of a piece that's like, oh, it's 20 speed, but it only gives like 9% health and like 9% defense and like 12% ER or something. I hate those pieces. I would rather, me personally, for my tanks, I like my left side to carry all my bulk, and I like my right side to carry my speed. That's just me. Because the thing is, to get bulk on the right side, you have to have things like this 721 flat health, which is already going to show up as low roll in terms of equipment score. So might as well offset it with a ton of speed if I could get it. ER, hey, Tywin gets approval from you? No. I don't know about that. No, I'm good. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on Ambitious Tywin here. Is just we just need higher rolled gear. It's a great first draft. Definitely try to bring this effectiveness up to at least 85 to 100% though, as you're upgrading the pieces going forward. I think this character is so damn strong with 100 base effectiveness. All right, next up we have Daito, who posts a death deal right and says, just got this from the ML Headhunt. All right. So we have a death deal array here. Defense looks all right. Health looks good. Speed looks good. F looks good. A couple of missing stats here. Like we have this 163 crit hit damage, so we could look at the cause there. Sword is okay. Not great. It's okay. You could swap 3 speed for 4 speed. 687, that's roughly about 13%, 14% on DDR or something like that. So this is actually pretty good HP. Yeah, no, I think this is okay. Obviously the 88 is premium purchased gear. Like you spent money on that gear. You could swap this 6% crit hit damage for 8% health here. That's an easy swap up. Put you over 21k clean. Necklace, same thing. We could swap this here. the 7% crit hit damage, you could swap this for either flat defense or flat health, and because it's 7%, it'll swap back if you ever need it later on. Otherwise, you could just leave it. Like the necklace is fine as is. That's just a pure min max angle if you want to do that. 170, 126 on the ring. I actually think I would suggest a different ring. Let me double check his thing. He's not Pisces, but he's pretty high base defense. He's like 7 and change, is he not? Which means it's probably pretty easy. Yeah, he's 775. Yeah, he is 775, this character on base. So this is actually 126 here is worth like roughly 15%. So you have like 23% total. That's pretty easy for you to get a different ring and just get 2 rolls into defense, and it'll basically match it or exceed it, and then you'll be free to have the rest of the rolls. Like, that's just me personally. I know you're giving up 14 speed, but I think this is an area that we can improve upon. And then our boots. No, the boots I think are the number one thing we change here, because 6% is a mid starting roll. 229 is a high starting roll on flat after a reforge. So basically, when you look at this, this is like 24% defense, 18% F, with a bunch of like mid rolls on it that are starters. So you realistically only got like 3 rolls on the boot total. So it's like a bad purple. That's like the best way I could describe it. It's like a bad purple. So I definitely think that I think we definitely changed our boot. And then we can work on either swapping out some stuff on the body and neck, and then maybe long term we upgrade the ring. Like the ring is like fine for now, but like long term, I think that's something we want to change. Overall, I think this is a pretty good Death Deal array for your first draft. All right. What's your rank on your main in RTA? Currently, I'm sitting in Champion. I usually end in Emperor. Like, when I was actually, like, playing RTA consistently, I would always finish between, like 100, like 500 and 100. My average, like, a year ago when I was, like, really playing RTA a lot was, like, 200 to 250 every season. Anyways, let's go on to our next one here, which is from Luxeus. I'm not sure what his artifact should be, but this one has been good so far in a funny type of way, smiley face. Oh, why did it go over here? Why, oh why did you not open here? F also around 100 is good, yeah. For the Death Deal array, yes. I think anything over 100 is fine on Death Deal array. He gives 50 with his S2, and that's enough where you could tag most things at that point. All right. This looks good. Defense seems a little low, but this looks good. Magtome, huh? Okay, so that's what you're saying. It was funny with Magtome. Currently, from what I was told by a couple of other people, Schniel's S2 is actually bugged at the moment. It doesn't proc things like Magtome, Rod of Amaryllis, Unfading Memories, and so on and so forth. If you have Guardian Ice Crystals, I think that is the artifact play on him pretty much easy. Otherwise, Homage to Tarman, which is his, is I think also good. I think that we are actually, like, we've been in it for a while. Death Deal Array kind of made it known, but we're really in like a Guardian Ice Crystals meta. That artifact is like dumb OP, right? That artifact is so good that I might start bottling it. We are absolutely in like Ice Crystals meta. It's like the best option, I think, for most Soul Weavers that you could put it on. But Homage to Tarmon is very similar. What does Guardian Ice Crystals do? Just go back over here real fast. I can just show you because it's in the artifact one. Right here. It increases the Soul Weaver's effect resistance by 50%. When an ally's health is 50% or less after being attacked, they recover between 15 and 20% of their max health. Right? It's pretty good. Yeah, it's just very good. It's basically Water's Origin, right? It's basically Water's Origin, but better. Because it gives ER, and it makes it very difficult to kill certain characters. Guardian Ice Crystal could trigger more than once a turn. No, it's once per turn cycle on the Soul Weaver. The thing is, if you have two Soul Weavers on your team, like say Dragon King Sharoon and Death Dealer Ray are both holding it, it becomes very difficult to burst anyone because the second you hit somebody under 50%, they just gain a massive amount of HP. So it becomes very difficult to focus people down if your team does not have crazy high tempo. Zalaphania, you are correct, but it is currently bugged as far as I am aware. Here, I will show you. Let me see if I can pull it up. So this was the one that was shown to me. So if he procs Doctor's Bag off of his S2, but he gets no healing. He gets nothing. So as far as I'm aware, it is still currently bugged. It works 100%. You got the push? Okay. But I know Doctor's Bag and Unfading Memories don't work on him, even though they should. And Rod of Amaryllis also doesn't work on him, even though it should. So in that case, Magtome probably does work. So if you're saying it works, this is one of those ones where I would have to test it. But at the moment, even if it does work, I still think Homage or Guardian Ice Crystals is his best option. Anyways, as for the build, defense is the one thing I think this thing lacks. Great sword. You can get 8% defense here on the helmet. I definitely need a different body. I'm good with the necklace. Oh man, that ring is atrocious. No, I would definitely change the ring. The boots are pretty good too. Yeah, so I would change your 2 purple pieces out. I would try to prioritize getting over 1500 defense if I could. You can get over 1500 defense and still maintain like 245 speed. I think that's a good settling point. Run Banshee? I don't have I have Schniel on this account, but it's not like he's not really fully leveled. Let me set this back. Try to unlock Shadow Knight because I'm gonna need her for Guild Wars going forward. Alright. Almost done. Anyways, so that's where my advice for that one. Alright, so let's go back now to our next one here. Just bread. Some of these. Oh man, that's yeah, that's a bit sus. Yeah, I see that. One shot. Anyway, so we got, like I said, we go back here to bread. Bread has an Arunca, and please help me. This is probably gonna have ER on it. I'm not looking at it yet. Yeah, of course it has CR on it, but why? Alright. Explain yourself. Give me the logic. Alright, so we're aware that this character, like, doesn't kill squat until we hit 6k attack, right? They hit it, it counters. No. 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 What? Homie, what does 47 AR do on this thing? No, hold on. No. 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 You know what? No. There's no. I refuse to believe. No. I don't even think this character can throw daggers when it's not their turn. No! The S1 doesn't even work! The S1 doesn't even work on counter! No! What? Like, why? Come on, man! I don't know what to say to this, Brad. Like, it's literally only good into Harsetti or with Harsetti. This is the only spot you can play this in, and then you have to be playing against a character with a barrier, and you don't have enough attack to kill anything. No, this is a blow it up. Like, I'm sorry, this will blow it up. I could not condone this build at all. It has literally, it is anti-synergy with the character's kit. This is, I feel like you try, this is cooking so hard the kitchen burned down. This is actually cooking so hard the kitchen burned down. There's just no way. Yeah, see, Jay Versus said the same thing. This character actually can't kill anything till 6k. Like, we are 500 attack off the mark. Okay, we'll talk about it more later, Sputnik. Like, I'll be on Discord later on tonight. We already agreed Anyo, Sign, and a couple of us are gonna be trying to play Guilty Gear Strive tonight on Discord. So that'll be more like a super late night activity for tonight. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna just move on past this one, Brad. We could talk about it during office hours. Little Hizzy posts, I struggle with LQC. Her damage is there, but I can't keep her alive until she does her thing. I was recommended dropping crit chance by 50% to boost other stats, but unsure. Would you have any advice? So, Hizzy, currently, I think Little Queen Charlotte is unplayable unless you play her with Harsetti, or into Harsetti, or you play her as a cleave character, which is like 250 to 260 speed. The problem with that Little Queen Charlotte is having is the same exact problem that Blue Luna has. And that is that the character simply, the stat line that the character has is not good enough. Right? So, if I come over here, hold on, let me swap off my scene here. You guys should be able to see it here, right? Yeah, here we go. So, if you look at, like, what's a warrior you see pretty commonly, right? Say, like Designer Lilibet, right? You look at Designer Lilibet, right? 652 defense, 7k health, right? That's what we're looking at for bulk stats. Now look at Little Queen Charlotte in comparison. Less defense, less health. And then her attack is only 1100. And she's roughly the same speed as Designer Lilibet, right? So, she doesn't have the big CR push also. So this character has, like, essentially, for all intents and purposes, this character has Mort's stat line, right? This character has Mort's stat line, but notice how Mort is a health scaler. And this character is absolutely not a health scaler, right? This character has a whopping 1100 attack. Now, if you look at a actual warrior that scales off of attack, like, let me see, Shaltir. Now, Shaltir's is also not super good. I'm trying to think of, like, who is an actual, like, attack scaling warrior. Like, I know Sarmia is one. But, like, this is what high attack looks like on a warrior. 1359. And if you look at, like, I know it's not a warrior, but, like, if you look at, like, Arbiter Vildred, right? 1283. Like, high 1200s to 1300s is where I want to be as an attack scaler if I want to hit hard. So this character does not have bulk, does not have attack, does not have speed. So she's just got a kit that just is incompatible with her zodiac sign. If this character was a knight with, like, if this character was a knight with Empyrean Illinav's stat line, I think this character would be stupid. But because this character is a warrior with Luna's stat line, she suffers. But Little Queen Charlotte has heart and spirit. She tries really hard. Yes, Little Hizzy, correct. Little Queen Charlotte has less attack than Misty Chain, who we just talked about, like, earlier. Yeah, so if you want to play this character, right, the best way you can play her, let me see if I have it still in my server. I don't think I do, but I will check real fast. Alright, so this was the last time I played Little Queen Charlotte. You can see I have 1541 defense and 16,908 health, so I have about 17k HP. Right? And then Hellcutter with this, and I was at just base speed. But I still don't think this is super good unless you're playing into, like, Harsetti. Right? So you're, like, a far cry, I feel like, from this. You don't need this much attack. 3,500 is plenty, and then crit damage, as you can see, like, 300 is probably fine also. You definitely, I think, want to go for Hellcutter. If you go for Hellcutter, you only need 81% crit chance, but you could get away with even less than that. You could go, like, 73, and you're still fine. Right? If you're wondering why 81, it's because you get 4 at the start of your turn from Hellcutter, which puts you at 85, and she's only going to ever S3 a Dark unit, which gives you plus 15% crit chance when you attack advantageous types. So, me personally, that's probably where I would go. I think you're probably going to end up needing to just drop a bunch of speed for more bulk. You could drop about 500 attack and a little bit of crit damage to pick up a bunch of bulk and play her at base speed, and you switch to Hellcutter. Yours is at 74% crit on Hellcutter? Yeah. 73 is like the minimum, 81 is the maximum. Like, that's like the window you want to be in for Little Queen Charlotte on Hellcutter. What happened to the web event? I have no idea. But yeah, overall, like, here. Sorry, I like switched off this. But yeah, you're missing about 500 attack here. You're missing like a bunch of defense. Like, you probably want another like 400 defense. You probably want like another 5,000 health. And you probably just need to tank your speed. And like I said, crit chance between 73 and 81%. Switch it to plus 30 Hellcutter. I think that's your only way if you want to play it as a turn 2 LQC. And again, I don't think that's very good. If there's a balance patch, this is one of the characters I hope to see on it again. I think the problem with Little Queen Charlotte is that her kit is just, it is a good kit, but she just doesn't have stats. Like, if I woke up tomorrow, right? Like, if I was going to change this character, I would just staple onto a Queen's Dignity, increases maximum HP by 20%. You just slap that on her, she's good to go. That's it. That's all she needs. That's all she needs. Like, she just needs, like, bulk, because you realistically can't get the character above 18k health. Give her vigor, easy. That's one way you could do it. I don't really like that. The character just needs health. Like, look, here's an example, right? So here's Ray, right? So Ray has a whopping 4855 health. This is trash can health. This is like, I'm Omega Squishy health, right? We talked about bad stat lines yesterday on stream. This is a really, really fast Soul Weaver but with trash can health. Cool, you know how we fix it? Same stat line, right? But you notice Schniel has 5340 health. You know why? Because his S2 passive gives him 10% base stats. This is why you can get Schniel over 20k easy. Whereas Ray struggles to get to 20k health. Like, if Little Queen Charlotte just had 20% HP on a Queen's Dignity, boom, instantly great character. And, like, the thing is, like, if I can see this, that means other players can see this. Which is, like, now it becomes boggling as to, like, how can the dev team not see it? There must be something that they know that we don't know in testing. That's the only way I can see that. Or they just don't want to push Little Queen Charlotte as a character. No, Zalaphinia, that's different. That's different. It's not like it is the same. What I'm asking for is it can't be just like 16% health. It needs to be more than just that. I'm asking for more than that. Because the thing is, if you give her 16% health, she only gets like 800 more HP. Which is not enough. She needs to get a couple thousand HP. Anyways, so that's where we're at with that Little Queen Charlotte. Hopefully that kind of answered the question. You're not crazy. Character just really is having a lot of issues right now in the current format. All right, moving on. We have Depth Charge with a Sylvan Sage Vivian that says Coin Shop Gang. So we got this from a coin shop purchase, I guess. All right. Looks pretty good. You have the right speed. I feel like your bulk is a little low for a Lifesteal Sylvan Sage Vivian. Normally, the Lifesteal Sylvan Sage Vivian averages about 1100 defense, 11k HP. So your defense is a little low. But otherwise, it looks good. Me personally, when I play Lifesteal Sylvan Sage Vivian, I prefer Ancient Book. I play Chatty on full damage Sylvan Sage Vivian. Destruction set Sylvan Sage Vivian I play Chatty on. Anyways, let me see what we got here. Sword is great. You have a swap here on the helmet. Right? You could get another 1% crit damage. You could go 6 to 7%. Body's great. We could very easily make some swaps here. Maybe not. You could swap flat health here for defense percentage if you wanted, or HP percentage. I would definitely do either flat health for HP percentage. Yeah, that's probably what I would do here. Like, that's just like an easy swap. Like, no reason not to take that. Yeah, I also play Vivian on Destruction Torrent currently. I used to play Lifesteal. Ring is fine. Could be better, but fine. That's a lot of attack on the boot, too. Yeah, like, overall, this is fine as Vivian. I just think that I would prefer to see a little bit more even stat distribution. I think changing the boots might be the only way, but that's a lot of crit damage. I think it's probably Ring. I feel like smart swap on the necklace and the ring is probably the way. Let me go over and pull up my Vivian so I could show you real fast. It's been a while, so let me see. This is from a while back. No, that's not it. Nope, not that. Okay, I don't have my Lifesteal one anymore. Yeah, so that's not going to help you, but in case you're wondering, this is the alternative to how you play Vivian. So this is the alternative. This is not the Lifesteal one, but you can see there's no bulk on this one. But you see, even I still have 1100 defense. So this is like for exploding characters. And then like the Lifesteal one. is close to this. Like, this is really close. It's just we're missing just a little bit of defense. And I just don't know where to pick that up. Right side just is slightly lower rolled overall compared to left side. So it's just picking and choosing slightly better right side pieces. We'll get you there. For a first draft, though, off the coin shop, though, this is pretty damn good. All right. From one booba to the next booba, we have Matt Muffin over here with an Abyssal Euphine. All right, so let's see. Defense looks good. Almost. You need more defense. So I talk about this a lot. Right? Do I have her? I have her here, but I don't know if we can actually see her imprint. But as you can see, her devotion skill, right? Imprint release gives HP for the front and back unit. Abyssal Euphine, because of this passive here, Inner Abyss, is very strong versus Cleave because it cuts their CR in half, which can be the deciding factor between a loss and a win. And having this extra 4 to 12% health on your tank or your main carry, right? Like if you have a specific character that if they get a turn, you just auto win, or protecting your tank. Maybe like you have like a Ruel or like whatever that you want to protect, that if they get a turn, you're Omega good. Having the ability to have this imprint release can win you the game, as opposed to just picking up like 40 defense on your Abyssal. Right? Having an extra 12% max HP versus like 40 defense is like, that's not worth it. But because you have Abyssal built at 2021 with 6% of the defense being held here, you don't have the ability to switch this imprint to the team imprint. Because if you do, your defense drops under 2,000 and therefore you lose access to that. That's a really important thing that people don't talk about. And I literally hammer it home every single time I talk about this character on stream. So, your health is good. It could be better, but it's good. Your speed is good. Your overall, your damage is good. You just need a little bit more defense to open up that that extra defensive play with the imprint that I talked about. And then any extra HP you could pick up or damage you could pick up could be pretty good. Your attack's also pretty good for trauma. So, I'm good with the sword. I'm good with the helmet. Good with the body. The body's great, actually. You have a swap here on your necklace. You could change 5% health to 8% health. Good looking ring also. Good looking necklace. Tough call. I see. So we have a lot. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 incidental sources of extra attack percentage. All of the pieces on this character are good, but in order to boost your defense, you need to either sack the helmet, which is really hard to replace, or you need to sack the boot. And even then, no, actually you can't sack the boot. It's 27 defense. Is it the body? I'm trying to figure out how can we pick up more health. Okay, I think it's got to be the sword. Sword is the only place I think we might be able to pick up health. 19 crit chance is hard to do. Man, this is a tough one. Because everything is so high rolled. We're just missing like fractions of health and defense here or there. You personally think that this character should have HP or defense percentage main boot and pick up speed subs? That could be also work. Rafa, is this yours? Is this your Abyssal? The sword on this thing already has crit chance. It's 19%. This is like I said, this is a tough one. Like, it's so close to being there. And obviously getting your Elbrus to plus 30 is also a bunch more stuff. Yeah, Alan, I know it's too many attack rolls. It's just, what piece do you get rid of? What's the correct piece to get rid of? Like, there are 4 pieces with attack percentage. Realistically, we only need, like, 2 of them. What do we get rid of? You think it's the ring? But the thing about the ring is we need more defense, right? Because if we use the team imprint on Abyssal, we lose trauma. And the ring is what's putting us over the edge. So it's probably, you're probably correct. It's probably the ring. Right? But what do you change it out with? Because it's like, the things we need are HP and defense. And the ring has 26% defense and a bunch of flat defense on it. And that's all it could ask for. You can't ask for, like, more than that. Nah, this is not an imprint issue in Mortal Hydra. I think the best thing you could ask for would be to have a ring with a bunch of crit damage and crit chance on it, so that way you could replace the sword. I think that's probably your best play. I think it's probably change ring, right? Change ring out for something that doesn't have, that's flat defense, health percentage, crit chance, crit damage. And then that frees up the ability for the sword to take on a bunch of HP percentage. And then that allows you to change the body to have something that has defense. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's the best way to approach it. Is that domino effect? Or no, but the thing is, you're saying that the helmet has no defense on it, but like the helmet's 103 equipment score, which is absurd. So like the helmet carries so much stats. Like it gives you damage for trauma, it gives good HP, it has a max roll crit chance on it, and it's got high crit damage. That's also true. You either could get like a really, really powerful helmet and you could change the helmet out for something really good, or we could go that domino route. Okay, that's fair. So, like, the way I would probably approach it is a domino where I'd change the ring, then change the sword, then change the body. Alternatively, you could just get a really kick-ass helmet that has like 10 crit chance, like 10 to 14 crit damage, and then really high HP and defense in the other 2 spots. So that's going to be the 2 paths you have, I think, for trying to salvage this gear. Somebody's saying change the sword in the chest. Okay. I think we're in agreement that it's either sword. It's a domino effect of where you replace either the ring and then eventually the sword in the body, or just get a really powerful, really high rolled helmet that has HP, defense, crit chance, crit damage, with the bulk of the rolls going into defense. All right, that's where we're, I think, gonna table that. And we'll move on to our next one, which is Keiki. Hello, Keiki. Just passing through with Blue Tywin propaganda. Also, he's part of my quick/auto battle team for Arena. For what that's worth. Okay. So this is basically for Arena offense. Pretty good ER. Does Tywin need ER? Isn't he just immune to certain things? I mean, it couldn't hurt to have it. He is a tank after all. The gear on this is pretty primo. I mean, some F is fine because she's got a death break. Those boots are actually really good. Yeah, this is really good. Are you here, Keiki? Is she here? This is pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, she's here. Yeah, this is pretty good. I mean, you have a swap on the necklace. I'm sure you already know that, though. You could change her 2 speed to 4 speed. That's a pretty good change, I feel like. Yeah, I like this. I think this is really good. I mean, this gear is probably too good for Tywin, if we're being honest. This is actually really good. This might be the best Tywin I've seen. And that's just because, like, nobody plays Tywin, but this is still really fucking good. That boot, I'm envious of that boot. I wish I had that boot. That's a really, really good prot set boot. Yeah, J versus, it's even better. Like, changing 2 speed to 4 speed, so it's not 220 anymore. Who cares, bro? If we change 2 speed to 4 speed, then it's 222. 222. That's a lot of 2s. This blue Tywin slander shall not stand. Dude, he will fight with all his might. Yeah, I think this is good. Alright. Funny how we move off of Keiki's husbando onto Nicias' husbando. This is a parking space with the Great One. Let's take a look and see what we're dealing with here. Bro, he never misses, I know. Don't even with me with that, dude. Like, nothing is worse than when you press S3 with Tywin and get countered by, like, every dodge unit. Yo, can we get that? Can I write Smilegate for that buff? Like, can I, like, send that up the chain and be like, Tywin has a voice line that says he never misses, but he constantly gets dodged. Can we make it so that Tywin can never miss? Dude, I'm actually gonna write that. All right. Hold on a second. There you go. I said I wrote that to the CMs. The CMs are gonna look at me like, Stu is off his rocker. Why is he advocating for a buff for a character nobody cares about? Because I don't want him to be a liar. Could you imagine next balance patch, Blue Tywin can every hit is always a successful attack because he never misses? Man is a liar. All right, moving on to the Great One. This seems really slow for Mort. I think our HP and defense is good. Our crit damage is good. Everything is good, just not our speed. I mean, I suppose this is still fine. I mean, it's really high rolled. I mean, guy's got natural built-in counter, right? Like, I don't know what else you could ask for. That is fair. So the suggestion that we're getting is switch to HP percentage necklace and speed boots and just completely max out on crit damage subs. If you did that, you would be at 222 crit damage, and then if you went all crit damage subs on your neck and on your boots and you got average rolls on them, you would probably end up with 250, 260 crit damage. Yeah, I think that's better. I think if I was on speed boots, I'd be 200. You would have the same HP. You'd be same defense. You'd be 210-ish speed, and you would have only like 30-ish less crit damage. I think I'm taking that trade. Unless you play this character all the time with Harsetti, in which case completely disregard what I just said and leave it as is. I think your stats are really good. I just think that, yeah, I think I would probably make that exchange. Speed or health percentage necklace and speed boots. Yeah, everybody's saying more defense would be good too. Mine currently, I don't think I have a picture of it currently. I could tell you what I'm currently playing. Let me pull it back up. I don't think I have a picture, but ye old equipment manager will tell me. I am currently 1300 defense. I'm actually exactly the same. I am pretty much as this one. I am 1291 defense and exactly 24041 HP. I am 200 speed and I am 265 crit damage. So it's exactly what we just talked about. I'm actually the same thing as the proposed changes. Yeah, so good on you, One Shot. Like, I didn't even recognize that the changes that you made are literally would turn it into my Mort. Yeah, I'm on the same thing. I'm on a health, speed, right side. So right on point. Anyways. No, stop. I just saw what the next one is. Nah, I'm good, fam. Alright, so our next one comes from Jas. So I don't think you guys are ready for this submission. God, bro. Oh my god. Why? Why are you like this, Jas? So this is I guess in their words, the anti-villager chaos sect axe. Along with this emote where the guy is like, I don't know what the hell he's doing with this emote. What does Axe God do? So he does bonus damage to light characters right here. Like, let me just pull up the character in game so you can see. Category, specialty chain. Yeah, I'll stack that. Yeah. So, attack chain is the move that you build it for. It's an AoE attack. It attacks all enemies with a shockwave with a 60% chance to provoke them for one turn and grants immunity to the caster for one turn. Damage dealt increases proportional to his max health. And as you can see here, when using attack chain, inflicts injuries. The severity of injuries decreases proportional to damage dealt. Injuries decrease max health, right, by 10% each time. And as you can see, when an ally is attacked by a light elemental enemy, has a 15% chance to counter attack with attack chain. So, this applies to every single character on your team. So if you play into things like Bellion, for example, then he will just have a 50-50 chance or better to just go, all right, bet, and then just counter with an AoE injure. So you literally play him into like Bellion and other AoE characters when there's a light unit on your opponent's team and you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna swing. I'm mad that Axe Guy got like 3 reworks, then they never even changed Chaos Inquisitor's HQ to Chaos. Dude. Chaos Inquisitor, dude. I remember watching you play Chaos Inquisitor and also AB. I remember AB was the first person I saw that really was like popping off with this character back in the day. Yeah, it's Axe God. Does he actually have an HP node? That is so sad if he does. Okay, it's probably in here. That's skill tree. Alright. In his skill tree? Yeah, he just has HP. I think that's largely because the purpose of the specialty change is to bring the base stats up to 5-star. So I think no matter what, you'll always see an attack and HP increase in every skill node. That's actually kind of sad. Oh man. That's actually really sad. Does it give, it gives, hold on. It gives 10%, right? That is so sad. Oh my god. So this character has 5138 and then he gets 471 HP from his node because it rounds down for E7. So he really has like 50 like 5,000 like 600-ish HP. Like, yikes. Yeah, no, that's pretty bad. Like, we don't need that. Anyways, yeah. So chat is saying Jas is a Giga Chad for this. And it's on Singers. You monster. You monster, dude. What the hell? Also, did you have to post it in such a way that I can't see the individual pieces? Like, there's nothing for me to show off, like, to say here about the gear. Like, he's just that man is all muscle, bro. He's all meat. Kudos. I mean, I know exactly where you're playing this. You're just playing this versus Harsetti Bellion. This is 470 gear score trust. I do. I watched this the other day. Like, I was watching him on screen share in Discord, and just he picked Axe God, and I was like, okay. It was either him or GH. I forget which one it was, but somebody picked Axe God, and I'm just like watching it do the thing. And then, like, he finally got, like, a string of lucky counters, and then just the pop-offs were, like, real. Everyone's, like, freaking out, like, oh my god! Oh my god! He's countering! Ah! How can he beat him? Axe God is real! Look, you guys can say whatever you want about Harsetti, how you think she randomizes the game, takes skill out of the game, but Harsetti's existence has made for some truly meme-worthy builds to come out of the woodwork. This is one of them, so that's why I'm okay with the character. Next up, we have Providence, who has an Auntie-Alencia. Full Metal Onomel gives us 100% crit chance. At a glance, stats are great on your Alencia. Problem, not destruction, so yikes, that hurts. Or not injury. So that would be my my major concern. Sword is super good. You have a swap here, 2 speed for 4 speed. That's pretty good. Body is decent. Necklace is really good. Ring is kind of not it. Boots also could be slightly better. Overall, I think this is pretty good for a speed Alencia, but me personally, I think injury and destruction are king on this character. And I think that long term, those are the pieces you really want to be on. Those are the sets you really want to be on. Because they help both of those help Alencia do her job, which is, you know, stack up injury really, really, really fast. Yeah, no, you're right, one shot. That is literally what I'm saying. Like, I think like 185 to 200 speed injury or Destro Alencia is just better than speed Alencia at this breakpoint. If you really want to play speed Alencia, you want to use the Genesis exclusive equipment that pushes back the enemy team and play her faster. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, it's got the right stats on Alencia, it's just the wrong set. So I think for right now we can play this, but if we want to play it like really min-max it long term, we got to switch to injury or destruction. All right, let's move on to Zalaphania, who is over on YouTube at the moment. Let me go here, go back. I don't know why it's not posting it over here, so. Zalaphania posted C Phantom Paulus and said, just got her from Headhunt. All right, so let's see. What are we working with here? Speed's good. Defense is good. Health's good. F's good. Looks like a pretty good C Phantom Paladus to me. Yo, 93 equipment score purple? Jeez. Yeah, this is like the best purple I think I've ever seen. Dude, 25 as well? Alright, I'm gonna keep it a buck. This is better than any C Phantom Paladus I can make. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, I don't. There's nothing to say about this. This is actually really good. I don't even know if I could make one this good. I can make one this fast, but if I make one this fast, it's certainly not this tanky. Mm-mm. Yeah, that sword was a surprise. People say don't roll. You don't need to roll purples. We've been arguing back and forth in my Discord with people. Like some people are saying that we shouldn't roll purples. You don't speed check purples. They're not worth it. And then it's just like you see shit like this sword or this ring, and it's like, yeah, we speed check purples. Really, really good. The Phantom Politis. Sputnik up next with I don't know why it's why we're being like this. it's like not opening in the right browser. He's trying to open it in my stream browser. All right, so Sputnik threw up this Meteor Quirk and said just wanted to submit something. Okay. Good defense, good health, good damage. Okay, yeah. Only thing I think I would want is slightly more speed on this guy. I like 210, but even I don't know if I have 210. I think I have like 209. Yeah, I'm actually 209. You have more defense than me. You have more defense, more HP, and more crit. Dude, yours is just better than mine. I have 5 speed on you, and you have just like everything slightly more than me. You have like 80 more defense. You have like 200 more HP. You have like, you know, like 2 more crit damage. Yeah, this is pretty close to where mine is at right now. Why does he need ER? Why the hell would you need ER on damage hand guy? The hell is wrong with you? Yeah, honestly, oh god, I just looked at the equipment score on this thing. What the hell? Dude, the only thing you're missing is just a really good sword. This is actually like cracked as hell. That makes no sense. I asked you, why did Mediator Quirk need effect resistance? And you were like, because of Dilibet. Do you have any idea how much ER Quirk would need to not get reset by a Dilibet? You'd have to convert all of your crit damage into ER. No, that's never happened. Yeah, you would need 100. You're not giving up 100 crit damage for 100 ER. That's not happening. And if you tank this character's HP down below like 24k HP, he doesn't do anything. So you can't tank that. You can't really go any lower on defense. So the only thing you can tank is either speed, crit chance, or crit damage. So actually, I should say in that case, it's just speed or crit damage. And if you don't have at least 200 speed, he ain't taking a turn without Warhorn. It's not happening. Thank you, one shot. Yeah. I need Bread to stop putting ER on everything. Like, if you're gonna put ER on everything, then it better look like Cookie, where Cookie comes in here and is like, well, here's my ER Harsetti, and it has the same stats as a non-ER one. And you're like, what's the average equipment score? And they're like, 104. All right. Let me go over here. Here's our next one here. This one's from Jiraiya. An afternoon soap flan. Is this a Harsetti flan? I don't know about this one. Wear immunity for base speed? Yeah. I think this one has 2 problems. One, if we're gonna be this slow, wear immunity. And 2, wear damage. Yeah, we need to go attack percentage. So your pen set is already your weakest set. I would absolutely change your pen boot and your pen necklace out. And I'd probably go attack percentage boots. It's for GVG defense and Harsetti. But even then, like 21k HP, like it doesn't do any damage. Right? Like, what's the damage on this thing? Does this actually get shields? You're playing this for Guild War defense. Does this actually get shields? Because like this does not seem like it would get shields. Like if it's always paired with Harsetti, then maybe you don't need the immunity as bad. But I'm looking at this and I'm just like, I can't help but think, man, I absolutely want attack percentage boots on this character. Is it so that way, like, if you're like in a small tower, maybe, because like you could just debate a Shaltier or something. Yeah, you're with Harsetti and Mort, right? Are you in a small tower or a big tower? If you're in a small tower, then more power to you. But like in a big tower, ain't no way this works long term. If you're in like Stronghold or a big tower, there's no way. There's no shot this build works. Small tower, keep doing it. You keep doing you. I think it's wrong, but you'll get somebody. They'll roll in with their glass cannon team. They're gonna cleave you, and you got them. Unless you're fighting Baka 7, then you'll destroy them. What if they're fighting Baka 7 from Nikkei? You're in a big tower? How? Then how does this work more than once? Anybody scouts you, and then everybody else knows the jig is up, and they just know you have no damage, and then they just bring in a team that just slowly whittles you down. Like if I know that the Flan has no damage, ton of HP, bro, I just slam DDR +2, and I just win for free against your Guild War, like, all the time. Jiraiya, like, what rating is this guild that we're in? This is where Jiraiya hits me with the I'm in Chun Fun, or, like, one of Vic's guilds. In which case, then, like, I am wholly unqualified to say anything else. I think this is, like, a massive gimmick. I would not play this. I'm just waiting to see if Jiraiya says anything before I, like, move on. If you want to keep it, though, with the HP boots and the pen set, you definitely, I think, might want a better necklace and a better set of boots. Okay, so we're just outside the top 200. Okay. Yeah, I think that this does not fly at all in the top 100. Top 100 guilds, no shot this flies. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Rex said it best, yeah. Shadow Knight Phyllis is surviving versus this thing. Man, is Vic like, dude, I feel like Vic must be a slave driver or something, because one of my IRL friends who used to be in my original guild, Vast Ocean, he's one of my mods in the Discord, Reaps, if you guys have met him. He's in Vic's guild, and like they're like a top 3 guild like all the time, and I'm like, the fuck, bro? In my entire years of having you in my guild, we could barely crack top 100. How the hell are you in top 3 all the time, boy? Vic must be cracking that whip. Bro, I'm just like imagining like Vic's got everyone under like a genjutsu. I could just like hear it in Vic's voice, bro. Vic is just like Izanami, no cap. No cap. Like, just imagine it, dude. Like, you lose Guild War, one of the eyes closes up on Vic's arm of Sharingan's. Could you imagine if, like, that's, like, Vic's superpower, bro? He has Izanami from Naruto, but only works for Guild Wars? Stop the bullshit. Let's get in VC. Damn, he really... Okay, he really does crack the whip. Alright. Yeah, I have nothing else to say about this one, Jiraiya. I think, again, Necklace and Boots are definitely the weak link, and I think you should probably change them even if you want to keep it on this build. But me personally, attack Boots all day, every day. I don't think I would go HP Boots. Alright. Alright. Alright, so next up we have Big Chungus' son. I think this is Alan, who spams the here's a Fairy Tale Tenebria, and the text here is just a bunch of emotes called Booba Tea, where it's just Arya drinking boba off of her tits. So, sure. Alright. The fuck is this? Wait, hold up. Wait, Alan, did you build the Fairy Tale Tenebria that I talked about like a year ago? Oh my god, I think we actually did. Don't what the hell is this build for? Okay, so alright. I said about a year ago, when they buffed Fairy Tale Tenebria the last time, they changed her S1, right? Where is she? So they changed her S1, right? So that this thing would work as redirected provoke, right? So this Fairy Tale, you could play this character as Season 1 Red Tenebria. Like, that is actually filthy. Alright, this is the coolest thing I've seen submitted all day. Against Nico Nee. I'm always astounded that Nico Nee is always around. Because, like, I always think that player quit. And then, like, I'll be watching somebody else, or I'll queue into them and be like, why is this Love Live fan still here? That's just me throwing shade at Love Live, but no, Nico Nee is like an OG. Like, they've been very high rank for a very long time. They're like a fixture of like High Emperor. Anyways, this is cool as shit. I like this a lot. I probably couldn't recreate it. The gear score is pretty high overall. You have a swap on the speed, 3 speed to 4 speed, or you could go 7 health to 9 health. Honestly, I'd go 7 health to 9 health, bring you over 15k. And then obviously boots are a purple, so long term you could go for it. Although that looks like that is a max rolled purple. Yeah, I think that's a max rolled purple. We're very close to it. So yeah, this looks dope, honestly. I think this is cool as shit. You could swap technically the crit chance off the boot, but I probably would. Who would you pick between Bellion, Death Dealer Ray, or Last Rider Crow? Right now, Last Rider Crow or Bellion. Death Dealer Ray is still broken, but like, we don't know. Maybe Schniel makes him fall off. I would wait, Silver. Like, because Schniel just came out and everyone has Schniel and they're testing the shit out of him, so it's very hard to play Death Dealer Ray in PvP because of Schniel. Whereas Last Rider Crow and Bellion are being played a lot more than they were in the past. So like, those characters are trending upwards. Death Dealer Ray is trending downwards. And it's still too early to see where like everything settles in. if I had to pick one of those, the one that's most likely to stand the test of time is Bellion. If you were looking for like the quote unquote safe pick, the one that's going to last the longest, it's Bellion. Because Bellion, like, Shackles of Suppression will never not be bad. It is just, it will never not be bad. That passive is just evergreen. Stopping an entire game mechanic is ridiculous. So if you want the safe pick, it's Bellion. The strongest pick right now is Death Dealer Ray, but he might not be that strong over the next coming weeks. Like I said, Last Rider Crow is trending upwards. I would just wait. If you're unsure, like I said, like just pick the character you like the most. If I was in your shoes, I would probably be sweating also. I would probably consider Bellion, especially if you have 3F. If you have 3F as an artifact from Overlord, it gains a lot more value. Yeah, we should. That is correct. We should see before the end of the Headhunt event. You're right, correct. Minecraft liker is basically saying what, you know, other people are also echoing over here. We will see a balance adjustment preview. You will see a patch before the Headhunt event ends. Right? So you'll know if other characters get buffed. You'll know if there are other characters that hard counter DDR. Right? You'll know if there's a new threat that you need Last Rider Crow to answer. So, or like things like that. Yeah, so I would just wait. There was supposed to be a balance adjustment preview today from what people were saying, but I didn't see it. So maybe it's next week. All right. Alan, thank you for the really sick looking character. Move on to Lumenheart, who has an Empyrean Elanav. Great defense, great health, base speed, bunch of ER. Aureus, yeah, it's a tank. So 75s, you obviously want to change your 75s out long term. And then looking at the rest of the gear, the helmet rolled pretty low. The body is fine. The necklace is also low rolled. And you have a dead stat here on the 88. Based on the gear, my assumption is that you are a somewhat newer player. These are pieces of gear that you would get as like a newer player. So long term, I think you can keep your body and your neck and your ring. And I think that you want to try to replace the 275s and the necklace first. Replace those and then work on the helmet. Right? That's my my opinion. Also, you're on health resist. Right? I think that that'll work early on as a tank, but long term, I think you're going to want to switch to maybe a different set, like something like counter set, for example, from Banshee, to give her some just inherent extra value. Or protection set from Golem could also be pretty good. So I'll leave that to you. This is like a full tank Elanav. I have specific breakpoints for this, like in stat breakdowns in how to play Empyrean Elanav. I talk about this version of her. Me personally, I don't like playing less than 150 speed on Empyrean Elanav unless I'm always playing her into or with Harsetti. But for like just a tank that can hold Aureus, I think this is fine for a beginner. Just like I said, start working on replacing your 75s. And then this, like overall, like 1800 defense, as much HP as you could get, maybe over 150 speed and over 100 ER. I think that's fine for just an Aureus Empyrean Elanav. All right, next up we have Hell Mercury with a Dragon King Sharoon here. I feel like we have a lot of wasted stats. I personally don't think it's worth building effect resistance on this character, because the spots you're picking this character in, you want them to actually hit you with the debuff so you can proc the passive. I think that your defense is too low to play this character at the speed breakpoint that you are on. You need to get that Last Awakening, by the way. That's a bunch of free stats that we're just not taking advantage of. Make sure you get this. Get that Last Awoken. Ideally, you want like 1800 defense, 18 to 19k HP. Your speed is fine. Your effectiveness, you want a little bit more than this, and then the ER we don't need at all. To give you an example, I'll show you mine real fast. Mine looks like so. Pull it up like this. So here's mine. Not the greatest, but here you go. 18, 18, roughly the same speed, 135 F, and then you could see ER is like inconsequential. Guardian Ice Crystals or Celestine, I think, is the best option for the character when you're in the 230 speed bracket. I think if you want to play something that's not that, then you want to be on the faster bracket. Unless there's some kind of doctor's bag tech that I am unaware of, but as far as I know, I don't think there is, because this requires a non-attack skill to trigger, which she does not have. So. Okay. Yeah, Roberto, yeah, that's the one thing that about Illinab is most people have her on counter and Mort exists. So, but it is what it is. Yeah, Doc Bag does other accept stats, yeah. So we definitely want to switch to Guardian Ice Crystals or Celestine or Schniel's artifact, Homage to Tarmon, as your artifact. So you want to go for one of those. As for the gear that's here, there's a lot of starter gear I noticed. Right? The sword is a DPS sword. You do not need this on her at all. Get rid of that. Your necklace is a Soul Weaver necklace for a character like Death Dealer Ray or like regular Sharoon, so you don't necessarily need this on her either. Yeah. Right now, the best pieces on your character are your helmet and your boots. The other ones I would change out. I would try to change them long term. The goal should be, again, like I said, 1800 defense, 18k HP, 230 speed, 100 plus F. Try to shoot for that. Right? So I'll leave it at that. Because it's like I said, you're just trying to, it's just a matter of getting the right stats at this point. And all these other pieces, like the body is low rolled, and the other three are better suited on different characters. They don't necessarily belong on Sharoon. Diana is up next with a Abyssal Euphine. Alright. So at a glance, HP is really low. Oh, and it's on injury. Why is it on injury? Are you here in chat, Diana? I don't know if you are or not. Which character, Colonel? Yeah, this is like a Guild Wars version of Abyssal. This wins, bro. Trust. Are you sure about that? Yeah, I don't know if I like this. I mean, I would rather you have the bulk than not the bulk, Colonel. It's still Assassin card too, but it'll do the work. Yeah, nah, I don't think I really like this at all. So there's two ways that you normally play this character. Destruction or lifesteal. And if you play this character on destruction, which Unity is supposed to be, or not Unity, I'm sorry, Injury is supposed to be similar to Destro, just with less overall stats. That version of the character plays like 2300 defense and like 300, like really like high 300s crit damage, like 330, 340. So like if we're trying to go a non-lifesteal sustain build with Torrent set, I think we need way more defense and crit damage than this. I don't see this. Does anyone actually even play this? Hold on. Hold up. I don't think anyone... Does anyone actually play this thing? Okay, so sub 1% of the player base plays this on injury, so that's not a good sign. That's a... I feel like this is a cook. You just have to believe. Nah, I just don't see it. I think your defense is good, your speed is good, your crit chance, crit damage, all that's good. It's just the HP is just not it, and because we're not on lifesteal, we don't have the sustain. And if we are gonna not play lifesteal in the first place, then reevaluating it for damage, we're pretty off the mark, I feel like. If I go back and look at that again, you can see if you wanted to play a damage Abyssal, not a lifesteal one, but like a damage one on Torrent, look at your average numbers. Almost 330 crit damage and still 2300 defense, and still has the really high HP of over 16k. So I think that this one is one of those ones where I think we have to go back to the drawing board. Right? I think that the Torrent body is fine. But I don't know if I like the other stuff. I do think some of this is able to be repurposed. Like, your boots are really good for another character that wants to play injury. Helmet's not really there. Ring is a bit awkward, a bit hard to use. I don't know if that one could be repurposed. And the actual sword. You could salvage the sword for a different character somehow, I think. Maybe with a swap from the flat health, but I'm not so totally sure. Yeah, this one I think, again, I would choose either Destro or Lifesteal. Those are the ones that have been proven to work time and time again. I'm not really super big again on injury. Alright, next up is Sal. Is this... Now, I was wondering why GH was talking about Assassin Cartua and Cell was talking. It's because you guys are trying to hype up this next build. Okay. What is this? On counter? Why Samsara prayer beads? Homie, what's the logic? I think this is not actually that bad of a build. I mean, the necklace leaves a lot to be desired, and the ring leaves a lot to be desired, but the rest is not bad. I don't think I agree with Samsara prayer beads at all. I think this is a Durandalang. POV is on someone else? Who the hell you got POV on? Who else has POV? Dude, I don't even think I have. I think I have one POV unused. I don't think there's a POV is like, I don't say it's not it this meta, but like there are a lot of characters that used to be on POV that you don't need POV on anymore. You definitely change your ring and necklace no matter what. There's no way these are the final forms. Those are some filler pieces of gear, let me tell you. I think if you change your artifact, your ring, your necklace, I think you're cooking with this one. Do you not have like your second Landy for what, Guild Wars? You have a Navy Captain Landy? All right, I'm gonna move on from this one, but like, I definitely think that there's no way Samsara prayer beads is the play. There's no way. The damage mitigation it provides is way too little, and the rest of the effects are wasted. And like I said, the ring and the necklace are just not it. All right, we'll move on to Rem Kali, who has a flan here. All right. Pull this up. 5K attacked. This is a good one. I actually think this is good just at a glance. Also, Courting Nat, thank you so much for the follow. So this 2 speed, as I talk about all the time, you could swap that for 2 speed again. Or for 4 speed. So 2 could turn to 4 here. That's just free stats. The rest of this is just nuts. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. This is just nuts. Really, really good plan. Yeah, this looks clean. Very well made. Alright, move on to Big Mark with Silverblade Araminta. This looks almost exactly like mine. I assume this was used as a template. Or mine was used as a template. This looks exactly like mine, basically. From Big Mark. Obviously, get your Abyssal up to plus 27. If you can get it to plus 25, you could be at plus 27. So, I would do that for sure. You have more F actually than me. Damn, dude, those boots are nice. I think I would change your necklace out. Your necklace could be better. 21 crit damage is wasted. And then when you break it down after that, it's 1 roll in F, starting roll in speed, 2 rolls that are mid at that in defense. You're basically giving up 2 rolls for free for fun for no reason. So I think you definitely change out your necklace. And then, like I said, you get that Abyssal up to plus 27. Otherwise, I think we're looking good. Looking good, Chief. Alright. Jay versus here. With the bad screenshot of me over here in the corner after I just got out of the shower. Okay. Jay versus. This is way too squishy for an MLK. Also, no ER. What are we playing this into? What are you playing this into? Because, like, I don't even know if this is worth the hassle. Because Mort makes this character really, really bad right now. Your damage is super good, but, like, again, health, defense, ER are just, like, all non-existent. So I would need some context as to what we're using this for. Because, like, maybe you use this in some kind of cleave or something that I don't know about. Like, in which case, then, like, we could try to push for 5K attack. You still there, Jay Versus? You just responded in YouTube like a minute or 2 ago. I'm gonna go quickly go grab more caffeine, and by then hopefully you'll have the answer for me. 1 second. Anything? Like Jay versus walked away. Like they were like so active in chat, and then it's like we have walked away once we got to their unit. All right. So, at a glance, helmet's not super great for Ken. Body actually is like 37% health. Necklace is good. even though the crit chance is wasted. Ring is not good for the character. And then boots are also not super good for the character. Because you have essentially like you probably want like HP percentage ring, in which case you could salvage the boots. But, like crit chance obviously wasted here. That's not super good. I like the sword and I like the body. And I like the necklace to a degree. But I'm not sure about the rest. Well, I guess if I like the necklace, I would have to like the shoes. But even then, like 59 crit chance is so high. Leaving when your unit is on the screen is a power move. What I will say is, like, I think that this character needs a lot of help again. They literally made him good for like 3 months, and then he was decent for like another 3 to 6, and now he is in the ground again. Right? So, again, if you want to see what he's supposed to look like, it's something like this. Right? See, I have almost 1500 defense, almost 20k HP, over 3000 attack, 270 crit damage, and then some ER. This is kind of what he's supposed to look like. Mine is on a lot of like leftover stuff laying around. We just let him slam a heavy counter. Soul 1 SOA is strong against most sword because they lack defense. But like, how does he not just get controlled? Like, how does Mort not just slam S3 and fear you? I mean, he does that no matter what, but... How do you get a turn with this character versus Mort? Right? Like, with this build, how do you get a turn versus Mort? Aw, man, buddy, I don't think you want... you don't want leftover gear on your ML Ken. This is a character that needs primo stuff. This is why most people are not using him right now, because he's hard to use and he requires primo stuff. That's what I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the logic, because, like, honestly, I just don't think it's worth, I just don't worth it. We just cleanse? With what, Dillamet? Like, what, like, if you brought this guy into like a control team, I think you were just like dead. Like, you have to pick this guy last pick, and it probably gets banned. I don't know, man. I just think this is not worth the hassle. Like, I think the matches you have him in, like, Mort has a bunch of ways to outplay them. You could get controlled 6 ways to Sunday, DDR, Araminta, Knack, Luna, Lua, either version of Lua. Like, I don't know, man. I think this character is just too risky to play. No, Providence. Ken does not counter a Mort. What J Versus is saying is that when Ken gets a turn, they just soul burn an S1 and kill Mort in 1 hit. And I was like, well, how do you get out of fear? Because he always fears before you do that. And he's saying we just cleanse it. And I'm like, yeah, but like, you cleanse it and then he gets recontrolled. Yeah, this is a hard one to recommend, Jay. Like, if you want to keep rocking this character, more power to you. Your helmet and your ring are definitely the pieces that need the most improvement, though. They have a lot of wasted stats, or just very low rolled in general, or both. But yeah, Ken's not particularly very good in this format. If you can't tell, I'm pretty down on him. Alright. If you need more help with him, though, feel free to just reach out to me if I didn't answer any other questions. I'm going to move on to my least favorite character by my most favorite person in the whole world. This is from Mr. Act9M. Buff Blue Luna and this unit, please. Yes to the first statement. No to the second. I assume this is a Flex It Friday. Yeah, okay. It's absolutely a Flex It Friday. I'll let you bask in ATK's glory here. Needs more ER. Get out of here. Yo, look at that 9 wasted F. on the ring. Damn. That's impressive. You don't have a second storm sword? How do I have a second storm sword? Hey, look, you have a Yo, you have an upgrade on your body, homie. Your body, you could change that 6F into 7 crit damage. That's an upgrade. That's free real estate. You could even swap the effect of his back. Oh no! The only upgrade I'm seeing for Spirit Eye's body is Luna's body. Damn. Hey, I mean, Lynn's got a good body in her own right. Anyways, yeah. So there you go. I'll get my fat head out of the way if you want to see the boots. Also, get the chat out of the way. There you go. That is the Spirit Eye Celine. All right. We'll move on to Sir Red. Oh, by the way, if it wasn't obvious, this is the Spirit Eye Celine is insane. Like I think that has to go without saying. Like I don't know if you think I'm just like passing by your Celine. This is like one of the most insane Spirit Eyes I've ever seen. Yo, what's good, Tristan? What's going on, Wolfpack? How have you been? Yay, hello. Welcome to another edition of Fix It Friday, where I help both new and veteran players figure out how to gear their characters in Epic 7. If you want to join, I'm kind of backlogged at this point, but you can basically submit one character per week in my Discord server under hashtag #FixItStreams, and I will eventually get to you either on this stream or within 3 to 5 business days. I will respond and tell you how to make the character better. Hey, Sing Pop, thank you for the follow. Or is it Sking Pop? Is it S King Pop? King Pop? Hopefully I didn't butcher that, but yeah. Thank you for the follow so much. All of Trials has been shit. Oh, it has been shit upon. Okay. Now I go get more cold meds. If the character has pretty feet, he moves you up on the list. That is not true in the slightest. That is not true in the slightest, okay? They were not, no, Rex, they hopefully they never give Spirit Eye Celine a speedy E. Anyways, so this is Sir Red's Urban Shadow Shoe. Defense looks good. Speed looks good. Crit chance and crit damage look alright. The big issue here, I think, is the health is a little low. Right? Let's see what we can do here. Sword is good. Here's one of our first hangups. Is actually this 88 here. Like, this is alright. But there's two problems with your helmet. Number one, it has attack percentage, which Shoe doesn't really scale super well. Also, you may or may not have noticed this, but let me go back over here. Right? So an 88 helmet gives 2765 health. Right? Now compare that to, if I have one that is not 88, oh god, this account might not have a 90 on it. Do I actually have a 90 helmet on my new player account? Oh no. Oh no. Alright, take my word for it, because I don't actually have a 90 helmet on this account, because I've been using only free-to-play gear for guides. It has about 70-ish to 100 more health. So that will help alleviate some of your health problem a little bit. Body is fine. It could be better rolled. Necklace is definitely a big one here. I think that this is one of the starter dash pieces. This one definitely should be on a different character. This is a Soul Weaver or a tank piece. You don't really want this on Shoe. You got to get a better necklace here, I think. Same thing here kind of applies with this ring. This is just like alright. This is carrying a lot of your defense. And so like a decent chunk of speed, but the rest of the stuff isn't super great. I'm assuming that this 4% crit chance you modified from 6 ER. That's just a guess, but that's what it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, but the point is, it's about margins, Iron. You're trying to get to be as efficient as possible with your gear. Those boots are actually cracked. I don't know if you want those boots on Shu. Those are better served on, like, a different character, but I can see why you'd want them. They give a lot of stats. That's a really, really friggin' good pair of boots. You could actually, if you could swap 9% attack for 9% defense, I would take that trade all day, in which case, amazing boots for her. But for the most part, what's really holding you back here are, I think, these 288 pieces. Like the, and then the helmet ever so slightly. I said the 288s, but like 50 defense is really hard to recover from if we take that out. Yeah, this would require some shuffling to get this to work right. If you do change these, then the helmet would have to have defense, and so would the body. So you'd have to reconfigure it, right? You'd have to have the defense and health show up on the helmet and the body, and then you have to have the damage stats show up on the necklace and the ring. I think that's the only real way you're going to get it to work. Yeah, exactly. You need to have high HP and defense on your helmet and your body, and then on your necklace and your ring, you need to have all the damage stats. So you kind of have to swap them. For right now, you could use this shoe like this, as it is. But like to really make it like exceptional, I think that's what you're going to have to do long term. He also has no imprints. That is true. I don't have that many imprints, though. Like, my shoe, I think, is like B or A imprint. And I have like 25k HP. Which is only like an extra 6%. It's not that crazy. That is actually true. What Shio said is 100% accurate. If I see that you are using these for your HP percentage pieces, it says you don't farm golem. So, probably need to start farming some golem. Hey, is it Seba Jim 00? Thank you for the follow. So. We had a raid. You're wondering why we were still on the show. Anyways, so overall, good first draft. But if we want to make it better, like I said, farm golem. Try to work on the helmet, body, ring, necklace. Alright, let's move on to Suchi, who has another The Great Mortelix here. Debating on swapping flat attack for defense and reforging for 99.6 crit chance, or should I switch the ring? Okay. I would switch the ring. I'm looking at that flat attack and I'm like, no way we're trying to swap that flat attack off. Alright, I definitely think we're not going for that ring. That ring is we could definitely find a better ring than that. Great sword, great helmet. The 231 flat health here, that can swap for 9% health. 231 health on Mort is like 3 and change percent. It's like just shy of 4%. So that's a HP pickup there. The necklace is better than it reads. That's like 20% defense. The ring is definitely super lackluster. And you have a similar thing here. The boots, the flat health here can swap to 9% health. So I think you make those two health swaps, if you can. I hope you can. And then we go for a completely different ring. This ring is not it. If you had a really elite ring, make those swaps, I think you're in a pretty good spot with. I think it looks pretty strong. That's a wabby helm. She got a better helmet? Yo, what's going on, Tyloy? Sword also has a swap for crit damage. You technically could swap the 219 for crit damage if you want on the sword. But, that is a call that you can make. Also, how has Broken Will of the Priest been for you? Because me personally, I have not really liked it that much. I like Victorious Flag. I think that's pretty good on him. Nah, that ring, yeah, Twilight, that ring is not it. Don't reforge that ring. He was asking, should he reforge that ring and use it? And I was like, no, absolutely not. Yeah, you still can send one on Discord. I can't guarantee that I'll get to it during this stream. I'm only streaming for about another hour. But if I don't get to you, then as always, I usually will tag you throughout the week when I get around to it. I gotta leave around 6:30 my time, so that's about an hour, so I can make it to the supermarket before it closes at 8. Need to buy stuff for dinner. Otherwise, I'll be eating fast food, which I'm trying not to do. Anyways. So that's pretty much where we're at. Couple of smart swaps, different rank. Next up is One Shot over here. With the designer a little bit. Also, the producer, thank you for the follow. Designer a little bit. Defense feels a little bit lower. Not like a lot. Like, you know, I like the 2000 plus, but 1983 is nothing to scoff at. Good health. Great crit damage. Speed feels like it's a little low, so that if you ran into like faster characters that disrupt you, she would not cut in a timely manner. This is tough. It depends on the matchup. This design a little bit's either insane or just barely not cutting it, depending on the matchup. So you have the $50 Harsetti sword, which is obviously fine. You have a swap here to pick up 2 more speed on the helmet. That brings you to 189. Body is alright. Necklace is alright. Ring is solid. Boots give a bunch of defense, but like... This is like 18% defense, isn't it? So this is basically started as a low roll, a starting roll, a low roll. And then this is like 2 rolls. So it's like 2 rolls in defense, 2 rolls in crit chance, and a min roll. It's not even. Like, I think you have to change the boots. Because like, I look at it long term and I'm just like, this is basically like 2 mid rolls in defense, 2 mid rolls in crit chance, and like a minimum roll in health. So it's like below average in terms of roll. Like that's why it's 86 equipment score, but just like in general, the quality of the rolls on this are low. Like across the board, this is below average. So you could definitely do better than that. It might take you some time to find a replacement piece, but that helmet or that boot, that is definitely replaceable. Yeah. I think immunity is good on this character. I probably should be on immunity if I'm not already. Let me double check. Am I actually on immunity right now? It's been like a couple weeks since I rebuilt it. No, mine's not on immunity. I probably should be on immunity. Oh, no problem. Hopefully the feedback was good for you. Abo, so you just post it in the Discord under Fix It Streams, right? And I will get to it when I get to it. I do 1 per person. I do it on stream. I'll be going for about another hour. If I don't get to you, I will get to you by like next Monday or Tuesday. right? I will just tag you when I get around to it. Like I take my time throughout the weekend over the next couple of days. I basically go through and catch up on everybody and tag everybody with my feedback. So it will get rated. It's just a matter of time. Is she a 0, plus 0, plus 5, plus 5? I think Designer Lilibet is so strong right now that she should be plus 15 if you play her at all. This character is top tier right now. This is a top tier character in my opinion. Like this character is so good that if you already haven't done your headhunt, right? This is a strong character to consider taking with your headhunt. Like, if I had to redo my headhunt tier list today, this is probably the character I would put her probably on top. I think she is, like, Ambitious Tywin was the best character, like, 2.5 weeks ago when I made the original tier list. Designer Lilibet is probably the best character. Like, of all of your headhunt options, she is probably the strongest character. Like, if you don't even have to take my word for it. If you like think I'm like I'm messing with you right here. So go over to heroes. Highest win rate character on the ladder, number 3. Third highest win rate character in the game. So it's not just me, right? Like, just the data, the facts basically prove she is the strongest character. Anyways, one shot. I'm gonna move on past it. You got it. Iron Twig submitted a Luna and says, "My expedition queen." All right. Looks good. 15% ER, but otherwise looks good. Dude, 100 equipment score on a purple. Holy shit. Damn, dude. The only problem is the 15 ER here on this. It's the only problem is the 15 ER on the boot. Otherwise, it's perfect. Ring is a little low rolled. Okay. I think you try to get a better ring and use get a better like boot as well, right? Where it doesn't have the wasted stats. Like you kind of offset it, right? Like you can get something with like higher HP or stats on the ring and then put the rest of the crit chance on the boots. But yeah, this looks really, really good. To be fair though, this is also an expedition character. So if you're only playing this for expos, like who cares? This is way better than it needs to be for expos. Yeah. The ring, yeah. This character, like, you have way better gear than is necessary for an expo. Like, this character's gear is absolutely nuts. Pipette Lance, I guess, makes sense for expos as well. Yeah. Feels like a flex. Really good job on the loot. Alright, next up we have, is this, Croaks? We have a Blood Moon Haze. I could go Speed Boots, would be like 1600 defense, I believe. Alright. So we have... I feel like your HP is a little low.
Subscribed, at 9M gifted a tier 1 sub to Iront Wig. They have given 95 subs in the channel.
Thank you, ATK, for the gifted. ATK was like, I sense a man of culture. But thank you though for the gifted, homie. I think our HP is a little low. I think everything else is pretty good though for the most part. Those boots are really nuts. Could go Speed Boots. I don't know if Speed Boots does it. I think it's better to go Health Boots. I think it's Health Boots. I think it's a very clear go Health Boot. You think it's the sword? I don't think it's the sword at all. Ah, I see what you mean. Okay, I misread. I thought this was 7% attack. It's okay, it's the sword. You are right, but it's 17 speed. Oh, okay, yeah, it's the sword. Yeah, it's the okay. I see it now. It's the sword. I was like almost like a moment where it's just like my mind blanked. I really thought this was 21% health. It's the sword. So you want the sword to have a bunch of HP on it, like 30% HP, and then yeah, you go speed boots. Yeah, it's high HP, high ER sword, speed boots with high HP, high ER. Yeah, that's the fix. That'll get you to like 23, 24k HP. Okay, so that's where we're at with this one. Okay, this is like I said, different sword, and then speed boots. Move on to Lusar here. All right, so we have a Biblis. This is very fast for a Biblis. Do we need to be this fast? I don't think we need to be this fast for Biblis. I feel like we're not tanky enough. Actually, maybe we're. Let me do some quick calcs here real fast. Let me see how far off we are. We might actually be fine. Let's go over here. Alright, so this is. Okay, no, that is correct. Okay, no. Surprisingly, even though the HP is lower than I thought it would be, it's a lot lower than I thought it would be. The higher defense makes it balance out EHP wise. So in that case, I think this is probably all right. The sword definitely should be better. Higher rolled for sure. It's pretty lackluster. I feel the same way about the necklace. The shoes also are not particularly great. And I also don't know if you need this as well. There's 20 speed here, but I don't know if you need this. Like, you're only playing this where it's 20 speed. And if you want to play her at 260, that is fine. But, like, you only really need, like, on this character, you only really need, like, 240, 250. So I think you could afford to give up speed on the helmet and move this over to, like, Ran. This would be better on, like, a character like Ran. And then just get higher rolled sword and, you know, your necklace and your boot. Those would be ideal, I think. Overall, like I said, like 240, 250 speed with this level of bulk. I play personally like 1300 defense, like 20k HP. And then over 100 F or like 130 F is fine. Yeah, I think this is just overkill on speed. Like, you're trying so hard to be fast when it doesn't need to be. Just work on more F, more HP and defense. Like, you don't... As long as you stay over 240, you're fine. Alright, I'm gonna move on to Gamers ABC. Don't know if I need to slow her down a little for damage, or is she okay as is? This is where I call upon your help. Because I am not a Judge Kisei player. I am just a Judge Kisei enjoyer. I watch from afar. I feel like it's not fast enough. Alright. Chat is saying damage is a little low on the thing, and then speed is also. So 270 plus speed, full effectiveness, some crit chance if you could get it. Let's see. Alright, so damage. Let's go 410 gear score. What am I looking at? 410 gear score. So 270 speed. No, that doesn't check. You're saying it's giga damage. Ah, I see. So if you want damage, then yeah, okay. I see what you mean. You can see this is a damage Judge Kisei. Average damage Judge Kisei is 3100 attack, about 230 speed, 270 crit damage. Yeah. I think I agree. I think I agree with that sentiment. I think I 100% agree with that sentiment that the chat is saying. So you basically have to choose. Go like 230 speed, full damage, and have some way to push her up. But it seems like the best Judge Kisei is like 270 plus speed, full effectiveness, and crit chance with no crit damage or attack. So. Pair with Frida. Okay. So go full damage, pair with Frida, and have Frida CR pusher. Okay. Also, Draco Plate is not good on her. I agree with that. Something like either Circus Fantasia for effectiveness, or like Portrait of the Saviors or Symbol of Unity for damage. You know what's going on, Atsuma? That's a Hero Library. It is a website that compiles all of the builds that the player base uses and gives you an aggregate score. It's it's almost exactly the same as going into your game and going, where is it? I forget exactly where the thing is. Is it here? Yeah, so yeah, if you go down here, this button underneath the body, you go to view statistics. I don't know if you guys can see it. You probably can't. No, it doesn't pop up. It pops up in a website. Yeah, like this. It's the same as doing this. If you hit that button in game, it brings this up. And so you could kind of guesstimate what the average is. And you could see this is... It's like I said, it's not any different than doing this. So it give you an idea of what you're looking at, but it's not always the correct option. Yeah, what Sputnik says. Hero Library also slightly randomizes the stats for anonymity, so it doesn't ever give you a true picture. Yeah, exactly. If you look at Luna, about the number 1 Luna, then it's ATK, but otherwise, yeah, it's random for anonymity. Yeah, Josh, you can't have it all. You have to choose one or the other. You have to go slow in all damage, or you need to go fast in all effectives. That's the problem with the character, right? Like, it's the reason why I don't play Judge Kisei. Like, Judge Kisei, when I started, Judge Kisei was, like, my 3rd favorite character in Epic 7. I think she's one of the most gorgeous looking characters in the whole game, and it pisses me off to no end that she's not good. I wouldn't say that she's not good, but, like, it pisses me off that she's, like, so risky. Like, she's just an absolutely frustratingly difficult character to use effectively for most players. Like, I just want Judge Kisei to be, like, a super simple, plug-and-play, easy character. I don't want her to be what she currently is. It's really annoying. Like, if she was, like, I think she's got the problem that Silverblade Araminta had, where she's just, they just want to marry her to this role of I reset cooldowns. And as long as she's that reset cooldown character on this garbage-ass stat line, she's not going to ever be top tier. It's not even a pray for a Judge Kisei buff. She's been buffed like 5 times at this point. The problem is the Virgo Warrior stat line and the fact that they want her to be a cooldown resetter. Just fucking change the character's kit. Just rework her into a different character and give her passives built into her kit. That way she does the damn thing that she's supposed to do. Like, it'd be so easy to just fix this character, and they just don't do it. So annoying. And the reason is they don't really have an incentive to do it, because we all have already bought the Judge Kisei. Right? We all have Judge Kisei, so they have no incentive to fix it, because you're not going to roll for it. You already have it. Anyways. Moving on now to Ono with Operator Cigarette. Brave Soul here, submitting OpSig. OpSig is not good, is an understatement. So, for starters, crit set is not gonna cut it on this character. This character has trash can damage and trash can stats. You need this character on Torrent set. You need this character on Torrent set. Like, you absolutely have to have this character on Torrent set. Character is so damn difficult to build. Right? I think that the build, like the stuff you have here is fine. Like, it doesn't look, for the most part, it looks pretty good. Right? But like, if you don't have Torrent set, like, you're not gonna kill. Yeah, exactly. And you can't play her into Elanav. Can't play her into a lot of things. Also, your artifact, you're going to need Guiding Light. You're never going to get a turn with this character otherwise. Unless you play her for just Guild Wars, in which case you can just disregard it and play whatever you want. Yeah. The Operator Cigarette is not super great right now. This is, in my opinion, Operator Cigarette is the worst Moonlight 5-star in the game. I think she's the worst ML5 in the whole game. Because the thing is, even though now Mort exists and makes Astromancer feel kind of bad, Sputnik figured out how to use Astromancer last season, and it was pretty good. So, like, if Mort is banned, you could still just take that. No, but ML lane is pretty bad now, because, like, now with the changes to Mort, ML lane is pretty bad. But I still think ML Elena, you could cleave with ML Elena, right? But I think OpSig is just bad. Yeah, Closer Charles is also not good. Closer Charles is just good for farming hunts. That's it. Archdemon's only good to play her fast on book to seal a thing, and then pray that she somehow gets a second turn. Fallen Cecilia is bad also, agreed. Fallen Cecilia, there's no reason to play Fallen Cecilia when you could just play Eaton, or you could play just Crimson Ermine. But you need this character on the bench. What? Why would I? Damn. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. My suggestion for this one. Guiding Light is the artifact. Torrent set. Right? Overall. The character is just unfortunately not very good. And I just think you're going to struggle if she's not starting in stealth and you're not on Torrent set. We go Rain here next with Abyssal. Okay, attack is solid, defense is not. Needs more defense. Everything looks good, just not your defense. You just need more defense. If you weren't here earlier in the stream, basically, if you're on self-imprint and you're just barely clearing 2,000 defense, then you lose the ability to play the character versus cleave, which is one of the best spots to play her in. So, you need more defense. Is it White Hardo, NMA? Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah. You should be like 2,100 and change. Like, I could probably just calc it for you. over here to journal real fast. And just pull up Abyssal stats. Abyssal, we go over here. $18. Yeah, you need 21 28 defense. So you're missing 114 defense. So we're gonna need to find a way to get that. And that's a lot of defense on the helmet. Necklace is not particularly super high rolled, even though it's carrying a bunch of crit damage. We have a bunch of attack rolls on this. Yeah, you have a bunch of attack rolls. I think it's gonna have to end up being you have to make a compromise. You have to pick something that has an attack roll on it. Probably it's gonna have to be the boots and the ring. Like the right side, I think it's just gonna have to be reconfigured in such a way to get it to work. Do you play AU on Elbrus or Holy Sack and Cleave? I am not a cleaver, so I would not know. I believe it is Elbrus Ritual Sword, but others will have to tell me. But yeah, you have a lot. You have like 31% attack on your right side when she doesn't need it that much. And Cleave Holy Sack because she's an anchor. Okay. Yeah, this is like super awkward because like it's so good, but like you just don't have that ability to play it in Cleave because we just didn't prioritize defense. Oh, it has. I don't really know if I want to say like, hey, change the body because it's 100 equipment score. I think it's just gonna end up being probably need different necklace, different ring. Different, like, it's probably different ring, different boots. That's like the easiest way to do that. Cut out the attack. Have some flat attack on your ring. That would be super good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's gonna have to end up being a compromise. Like you have to make a choice. Like these 289 equipment scores, like being low rolled, might have to sack one of them. But like overall, like you need to get to 21-28 defense. Like you just don't have enough defense. All right. I'm going to move on past this because, like I said, it has everything else. Like, you have the health, you have the speed, the crit chance, the crit damage. It's literally just how can you get that extra 114 defense. Next up, we have Dan, who posted a Dragon King Sharoon and says, please, Smilegate, buffer, with a crying face. Dan, I think you're in between two builds here on Dragon King Sharoon. First off, Water's Origin is not the artifact. There are... If you go faster, it's Sacred Tree Branch. If you go slower, it's Guardian Ice Crystals, or Celestine, or Schniel's artifact, which is up on banner right now, which is Homage to Tarmon. So it's one of those four. And you are in a spot where I can't tell if you're trying to be the slower Sharoon or the faster Sharoon. Right? Because like the slower Sharoon is like 230 speed at like 150 F with like 1800 defense, 18k health. Right? And then the faster Dragon King Sharoon only plays like 14 or 1500 defense, same amount of HP, like 260 speed, and plays like 180 to 200 F. So which is it? You needed to tell me which playstyle am I on here. This is like really high-end gear now that I look at it. You have a lot of gear score on there. But it's got a lot of incidental, like, wasted stats here and there. That helmet's great. That body is really good. Even the sword, like, the whole left side's just great. Right side, crit damage is kind of wasted. Attacks kind of wasted. Crit damage kind of wasted. Yeah, so we have a bunch of like equipment score just like wasted here or there. But again, I think you need to make a decision. It's gonna just require you to rework your right side, but you need to make a decision. Go slower and get more bulk at the expense of some F, or speed up and lose some and shed some of the defense to do so, and then just change your artifact accordingly. Again, Sacred Tree Branch if you want to go faster, and if you want to go slower with more bulk, then go either Celestine, Guardian Ice Crystals, or Homage. All right. Akiomiren is up next, or Akomiren. We have another designer Lilibet. Good defense, HP is good. This is Destro. Man, that's a lot of damage on designer Lilibet. And it's on to Randall. I guess that's to make up for the lack of speed. It's on Unity also. Very interesting. This is all just Arcetti gear. I don't know how I feel about this. This probably hits like a truck, but this thing has to wrap it up in a hurry because it's not on Golden Rose. How does this perform for you if you're in chat? Because like, I feel like this is too slow. But it also probably hits like an absolute truck on the S3. And the Unity and Durandal makes up for the lower speed. I think this is one of those ones where I'd have to play with it or play against it a couple of times to see if I actually think this is good. Yeah. I'm not willing to say if this is good or bad. I would have to play against this. I would need more input. Me personally, I think you want to play Designer Lilibet at least at 200 speed right now, even if that means giving up some crit hit damage. So for me, like as great as like this looks, I think the tried and true Designer Lilibet stat line is like 2k defense, 16k health, 200 to 210 speed, and then like 270 to 280 crit damage. Also have some wasted stats on the F. I think that probably comes from the Harsetti gear. Nope, just comes from the Unity boots, which are just there for Gear Score Kingdom. Okay. Luna and Vic run there is at like 170 to 175. I wonder what the logic is. So you give up percentage points, right? This could be a counter to Harsetti. I mean, yeah, the design a little bit just good versus Harsetti in general. But like, I don't know what else to say here. Like, the character has just solid mods. Like, her S3 hits way harder now. But like, it's not like her S1 has like crazy mods. Like, if anything, the defense break on it now on the S1 makes the Unity valuable. But if you play against this character versus like very fast control characters, you're going to lose percentage points. Is it the High Frog? High Froggle? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Lunal still a bet if you wanted to see. See, this is how Dilibet used to look back in the day. And this is like fine. It's fine versus like Bruiser v Bruiser. Like, if your opponent is playing like a Bruiser comp or like Harsetti comp and no other like control characters or like one control, like they have like a DDR and then like Ilanav and like LRK, then this Dilibet's going to be better. But if you play against like a fast character, like a fast player, right? And I don't know how fast Lunal or Vic is when they race because I don't watch them play RTA. if they've got like a 310, 315, 320 character that they can race with, then they can afford to have a Dilibet that's this slow. But for the common man, this is too slow, where if you play this into like Sea Phantom Politis plus, I mean, Sea Phantom's not a good example because of that, but like, because the resource restriction, but like, your opponent has you with like, I don't know, Naqual, and they can't seal you, right? Like, you might not cut in a timely fashion. Or like, if you get hit with Silverblade, you might get run over. Briar Witch, that's probably the best example. Right? If you're playing against Briar Witch, this designer Lilibet at this speed will not save you. You will die. Yeah, Ran and designer, yeah, Ran and Briar Witch are the best examples. Like this, you will not get saved with this designer Lilibet. You will die. If you have 2 designer Lilibets, that actually might not be a bad idea. Honestly, if you had 2 designer Lilibets, if you were that lucky, you could play this one and that one and choose based on the matchup. But yeah, this one is basically good versus the slow teams, and I think this is really not good versus the fast teams. So I will leave it at that. I think it's really well built, but I don't know if this is necessarily the only designer Lilibet you want. Next up is Sign. Posted a Harsetti, says, wanted to try to make an injury set. Not sure if it'll work. Alright. No cap. I played Magic Bubble Maker now for the last month. I think this artifact sucked on the character. I think Fairy Tale for a Nightmare and Abyssal are just way better than Bubble Maker, but maybe that's just me. You guys tell me, your mileage may be different. Keep in mind, I only have a plus 15 Bubble Maker. So he has a 21 one. Maybe it's more consistent and better. Maybe if it was a 30 Bubble Maker, I'd feel great about it. At 15, I'll pass. Thank you. Sorry. Looking at it, attack seems high. Effectiveness with Bubble Maker seems great. HP seems all right. Yeah, sword, that's where the attack is. I knew there was got to be a ton of attack. It's on that. It's on the helmet and the sword. The necklace. I think your ring, boot, body are all great. And I think that your necklace, sword, and helmet all need work, because that's a lot of, yeah, that's a lot of attack. Like, it's not like an inconsequential amount of attack. That is a lot of attack. That is 56% attack. That is a lot. That's basically a whole ass ring that we are just wasting. So I think that you need to farm a couple pieces of immunity. I think this is actually pretty solid right now, because having tried to build injury Harsetti, like I have an injury Harsetti. Mine is got more defense, more health, roughly the same amount of speed, more crit damage, but my F is not as good. Like, and I can tell you, this is a really hard character to build. That's half the reason why I haven't gotten around to re-recording how to play Harsetti, because my opinions on the character are constantly in flux. And I have realized, because like when I first recorded or I wrote the script, I had only had Harsetti for about 2 or 3 days. And I was just starting to experiment with her, and I was leaning heavily on Sputnik and other members of my community to give me feedback so I could formulate my opinion, and watching a lot of people play Harsetti and like kind of like window shopping and figuring out and forming where I thought she was in my head. Then having to actually play with her, build her, and then try to make changes to her, it became so apparent that this character is like brutally difficult to build well. I promise you, this is not even the final form of Harsetti for most players. Because when I sat there and I wrote down everything, you know, on paper, right? Put it into my Excel spreadsheet and crunch the numbers. The stuff that's really good on Harsetti, nobody has built. Like the type of gear that is most efficient on her is shit that nobody has built. Like we talked about it before, but it's like Rage set effectiveness ring and shit like that. Like nobody has that. right? Like, mathematically, that makes the absolute best version of the character. Nobody has it built. It'll take months, if not a year plus, for people to literally make that perfect build. Yeah, she's so versatile. She's crazy hard to build. Yes, because the thing is, like, optimally building this character is like rage set, some effectiveness on it, with like really awkward stuff at base speed with no wasted subs. The closest I have seen to somebody making a optimal Harsetti is actually Cookie. He's got the best Harsetti I've seen in terms of resistance. He plays a high resist Harsetti. That's that has like no wasted gear. It's like 104 equipment score, 103 equipment score average, no wasted stats. The closest I've seen to perfect. Most people I see build, like, just to prove the point, and then we'll move on to the next character. Here's the average Harsetti, right? Look at the speed as soon as it rolls up. 159. That's not even close to optimal. Character can be at minimum 124. So this is, look at all of this gear score that's just wasted. So, right, and if you sort by speed, right, there's not, like, you don't have to go that far down. Like, see, like, right here, look at the, like, where we are on the slider. We're only about, like, 10% down the slider before you get to the point where people have wasted subs. So, alright. That's enough of that. Overall sign, I think it's pretty good. Like I said, I changed the injury gear. Alright, so I'm at 610 right now, so I'm going to do So Solid, the Crow, Chaos, Spectries, and then we'll do Ijevek and Casper. So we'll end on Casper, and then I'll resume on Senpai after that. Alright, sounds good. Because that way I need to be able to make sure I can make it to the supermarket before it closes. Otherwise, I have no dinner. Rage set Harsetti sounds like MLM. DBoss could be cleanser, resisted, injury sticks. Injury is also another one that I think is very good. When I did my numbers, Rex, for my guide, the best versions of the character were Rage if you want damage, Injury if you want damage, or Effectiveness if you like hit health, or health hit if you want to control. I still think those are the three best builds. It's just, like, some of those builds nobody has the correct gear for yet. Yeah, but I can't live off dessert. I like cake as much as the next person, but you can't live off of it. Anyways. Hey, there we go. There's a healthy defense number. Health looks good. This looks good at a glance. This looks really, really good at a glance from So Solid. Do I need attack or not? Yes. And I have one. Do you suggest Destro, or is it outdated? I don't think Destro is outdated on Abyssal. I think Lifesteal is more solid. I think Destro, you have to have, like, an intent. Like, you want your Abyssal to be like a gotcha. When it counters, it hits like a truck. But once people realize it's not on Lifesteal, they'll kind of rush you down. Right? I think at a glance, this looks pretty good, though. That ring is super not that great, but I recognize it's like 1.5 rolls, I think. It's either one really high roll in flat defense or just 2 medium rolls in it. So I recognize that that's pretty good. Boots are not also super, like, high rolled either. I think if you're looking to kind of min-max this, you want to reevaluate your right side, right? So, like, you have 25% attack here on the necklace. Some attack is fine, because remember, attack gives you bonus damage under trauma. But it's not super necessary. People have differing opinions on is it good or is it not. I play almost no attack, because by the time I get to trauma, I've already won, usually. So I personally don't value it. But you have players like KHM, who does play attack on Abyssal. So it's entirely up to you. That said, I do think that the ring and the boot are pretty low rolled overall. It might be something you want to consider reevaluating, right? Like if you had a boot with a bunch of more defense on it, you could have a much better roll ring. Like 99 defense is the most, the highest thing you have here on the ring. But if you had a ring with like a bunch of crit chance, crit damage, speed, right? Here, then you could go for a boot with a bunch of defense on it to offset. It is, in fact, the I'm Cleve. That is me this season, by the way. My most played characters this season are Zio and Luna. ML Luna. So you could definitely say I am Cleve this season. Should I drop 200 attack for 2k HP? That is a you thing. I just worry, like, again, do you value damage under trauma? I usually have enough souls that I could soul burn and kill something even through like low attack. I have like, I think I have like 1650 or like 1600. You want some attack, otherwise she's not going to do any damage to trauma. But like, I don't value it that highly because, like I said, I've never had a situation where I've, you know, used trauma and not like won the game on the spot. Yeah, so then you could take the HP. All right, I'm gonna move on so solid because I gotta keep the ball rolling. I have two actually here from the Crow. Okay, we're gonna use this one. The second one here, because they posted Flan twice. I'm going to assume that the second one is the correct one, because you wouldn't post something 3 minutes after your old one. I assume this is the updated one that they actually wanted us to look at. They wouldn't have posted a second one otherwise. Whoa, this is cool. I like this. What was the difference between this one and this one? No, there is no difference. Okay. I think this is pretty sick. How do we feel about this one? This feels like an MLM, but I think this is pretty cool. Do I do account reviews for newer players? I don't do full account reviews. I only do one actual like character per person, and I give you like some kind of work like, you know, review of it. As far as like doing a full account review, that's very, very time consuming. If you want, like, I have in the past like done services where people will, like, you know, hire me for a couple hours to just sit with them and go through everything. But like, I normally don't just go through someone's entire account because it's literally like a 3 to like 7 or 8 hour process, depending on how new or like how much of a veteran you are. For like new players, it takes like 2 to 3 hours to set everything up. And like I said, that's a very like time consuming process. But overall, going back to this, right? I think this flan is actually pretty sick. IER, like 300 ER flan. This is super cool.
Fat Hotshot 04 cheered Dex 100.
Oh, thank you for the bits.
Okay, thank you for the answer.
If you still have questions, as like, or if you're a brand new player, if you still have questions, I will always answer questions for you. If you are in my Discord server, if you want to just DM me on Discord, I will get to you eventually. Because the thing is, like, I get like an avalanche of requests from players for help. So there's only so much one man can do. Like, I still work a normal job. I do the stream. I still want to have time for myself. I play other games. And then I also make a bunch of guides and things like that. So it's just like, I only have so many man hours in the day. Right? So if you need help, I will try my best to help you one step at a time. Yeah, Necrowd, I think this is really sick. You have to let me know how this goes. Like, I would play the hell out of this plan. I think this is awesome. All right, let's move on to Chaos Persona. Another designer Lilibet. Good defense. HP is a little low. Speed is higher than anticipated, and so is critical hit damage is a little bit lower than anticipated. So let's see. Where did we go? Dude, that sword is cracked. Okay. That body's also crap. Okay, I think actually your helmet might be better suited to going for more HP because you're about 17 speed over where you need to be. Necklace is crazy. Also, ring is also good. Yeah. Okay. Me personally, if it was me, I would choose a different helmet. I would just choose one that has a bunch of HP and crit damage on it. My opinion. You don't have to agree with me. That's just what I would do. Other than that, this looks incredibly good. Yeah, that neck is like holy shit, right? Yeah, so Chaos, that's pretty much my recommendation. Is either leave it as is. If it works for you, great. It looks like an amazing Dillabat. But I think that you could afford to give up some speed in exchange for more health and more crit damage. That's just my opinion. To get to Hell difficulty, I believe you have to beat everybody in the Queen in the original rate. I was shooting for 225 to stop debuff cleaves. Okay, if that works for you, then let it rock. Because like 210 works for me, but if 210 does not work for the things that you're fighting, then do you keep it at 225? All right. We have the girl. Spectra is here with the girl. All right. Luna. Defense looks all right. Health looks good. Speed looks good. F is a little low. We're on book, so I think it's fine. 22, 21, 17, 17, 14. All right, well, here's the very clear outlier here. Your ring is clearly the outlier here.
Hotshot04 just subscribed.
Hey, thank you, Hotshot. Appreciate the sub. Thank you, thank you. All right, so yeah, it's definitely the ring is the outlier here, right? If you want, you definitely want to make sure you get a 90 ring or like an 88 ring here in this slot. 14 speed is not too difficult, I feel like, to surpass for a lot of players. You should be able to get to like 15 or 16 pretty reasonably. Like that's like 2 to 3 speed rolls per piece average, with the rest of the subs not really mattering. So like this one should be pretty easy to match while still being a level 90 or 88 to pick up the extra HP. So you definitely want to do that. And then the rest of it looks fine. Like it's all pretty good gear for the most part. Like all Luna wants is just to go fast, or go like tanky. Like obviously the subs on the helmet and the sword are not the best for Luna, but you're gonna be hard pressed to have stuff that's that fast just laying around. So if you want top speed Luna, that's pretty much it. I think that if you had, you know, obviously a better ring here, like you're like a 20 speed ring here, you'd be looking pretty nice. So I would focus on your ring. I think that's the big thing you want to focus on. At least try to get a 14 speed ring, like health percentage ring. That's level 90. All right. All right, we go move on to HD Tyvek, who has ambitious time. Just pulled from the coin shop and my first draft. Want an idea of where to upgrade. All right. Your defense is a little low. You want about 1500. HP is fine. Speed is fast, actually, for a Tywin. Like, you don't need to be this fast, but this will work. Your effective is also a little bit too low. So I like to think of Tywin in basically, there's 3 ways you could play the character, right? You could go like 1500 defense, 26 to 27 KHP, 230 plus speed, 100 F. That's the more aggressive way to play it. The way that I play him is about 15 to 1600 defense, 30 to 31 KHP, 100 effectiveness at 200 speed. And then there's the way that KHM plays him, which is like 1700 defense, 31 KHP, 100 effectiveness at like 150 or 160 speed on protection set. So those are like pretty much the 3 ways that stand out as to how to play Ambitious Tywin based on your level of comfort and speed. As for the pieces that you have here, definitely want a different sword. ER has no place on this character, in my opinion. And then the rest of it is just overall pretty low roll. I think the helmet is okay, not great. I would prefer that you get a red piece here. Like 22 with like all relevant subs is fine, but it's not going to set the world on fire. Body is pretty low overall because it's a 75, right? So we definitely want to change that out. The 78 ring, you could apply the same thing. These definitely go. You want to make sure you get all your stuff to 90, if at all possible. And then as for the rest of this stuff, a lot of stats wasted here on the necklace for attack percentage. This is obviously a free piece. And then these boots, despite, you know, the fact that they are free, I think they're pretty solid. So personally, I think that the helmet and the boot are what you keep to start. And then I would try to replace everything else with better stuff. And then, like I said, choose one of those stat lines I talked about. So again, 1500 defense, 26 to 27k HP, 230 plus speed, 100 effectiveness, or 15 to 1600 defense, 30k HP, 200 speed, 100 effectiveness, or go even slower than that if you want to be like a super turtle. All right. All right, so the last one I'm going to do, and then I'm going to probably bail out to go to the actual supermarket here, is Casper. And like I said, then I'll respond to Senpai and everybody else after. All right. All right, so Casper writes, does anything need tweaking on this build? All right, so we have 290. Our F is good, but our bulk is very low. Spatiotemporal fan. All right, so I have always operated under the fact that you want to play like 1200 defense, like 14k plus HP. We had a 1200 defense, 18k HP one earlier. Get it as fast as possible, and then get at least like 80 effectiveness or higher. You've went with a 150 effectiveness build, but it is made of paper. Your mileage may vary. Like, that depends on what you're trying to tag with Sea Phantom Politis. 150 to me is a really weird spot, because anything that you would want to tag realistically, 80 to 100 already tags, and the things that can't tag, you would probably need 200 for. So like, you're kind of in this like weird midpoint. So me personally, I would either scale back your F to pick up more speed and health, or I would try to scale up your F. So that's pretty much a your choice. Looking at the actual pieces, you definitely keep the ring and the body no matter what. I actually think that it might be the boot. Boot might be worth it. I mean, this helmet is straight up like a Ran or like a Corinne piece or something like that. Like, this doesn't need to be on Politis. Like, the only reason you play this helmet on Politis is if you have nothing faster than this. Same thing here. This sword is you only play if you have nothing faster. This is a Soul Weaver piece. Like, your sword and your helmet are straight up just like pieces that are better on other characters. In which case, then, like, you could probably go... I don't know what kind of speed breakpoint you're playing at, but I play Sea Phantom Politis at 293. I did play her earlier at 287. I played her in that speed range, and I have been just fine against other Emperor tier players. So I think you want to make a conscious choice. Either, like I said, lower the F for more speed and bulk, or raise the F. Yeah, you're in a good spot. Like, I would kill for this ring. This ring is extraordinary. Like, that ring is better than any opener ring on my account. Same with this body. This body is also extraordinary. Like, your hit pieces are crazy good. Ah, crit neck. I didn't realize that. So that's some damage. All right. Yeah, actually, the crit chance necklace is pretty solid here also. I don't know if there's a reason for that. You'd have to tell me. Do you just want her to have actual damage? You might not necessarily need that. You might be able to go health percentage here on the necklace, and that might shore up a lot of your problems. If you don't need the crit chance, yeah, I'd probably go health percentage on the neck. Especially if it could increase my top speed. Okay. Hopefully that answered your question, Casper. Also, Bob, what's good? I saw you lurking in here earlier. I just haven't seen you say anything all stream. Yo, Bob, a couple weeks back when you posted that, posted your RAN, which if you have it, please post it in chat so I could show the rest of the stream before I end. I showed somebody in my server. I had it up in my screen share. I was just like screen sharing, like, you know, playing the game, and then I literally clicked your RAN and it had it pop on my screen, and people were mid conversation. They were just like, holy shit. Like they were like freaking out. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Bob has a 330, well, he can build. I don't think he has it built right now. He can build a 333 speed RAN, and somebody saw it. They were like mid-sentence saw it, and it was like, it like scared the crap out of me. It's like they had gotten jump scared by watching my screen. Like it was just casual conversation, and then just, holy shit, what is that RAN? It was really funny. I just thought I just thought you should know that your RAN elicited that reaction, like that raw reaction from somebody. Yeah, and I was like, let this be a lesson to you, children. Every time you think you should go fast, don't go fast, because someone can build this. Yeah, I had that conversation with Divine the other day about Jello. Is because Jello likes to troll ladder, but he doesn't play like a ton. And I was saying that like most of the community does not realize that ooh, excuse me, I got like a yawn. That the people who the people you think are the best at Epic 7 are not necessarily the best at Epic 7, because there are players like Jello that most of the community does not know, and he doesn't enter things. When he actually enters things, he will smack the shit out of you because he's actually good at the game. So that's what I'm saying. Like they're like I think the one player that is both well known and I think is a very, very good player is AB. Like he's the one that stands out to me as like he is very strong and also very well known. But there are a lot of very strong players in this community that just simply do not play a lot of RTA, or they are very quiet and do not make themselves known. Like Bob, I know you don't play RTA, but I think if you actually played RTA, you would destroy everybody. Like I have seen the characters that you have built, and I was like, I don't know, man. Like Bob is beyond Bob's account is beyond OP. Oh, beyond OP. Bob's account makes ATK's account look like mine. Like my account is like a low spender account. ATK is just like, God, like you guys have seen some of ATK stuff. Bob can build stuff that is better, like they're strictly better than the stuff ATK can build. Like I've seen ATK has showed me things that Bob has built that I'm like, how? Like literally how? Ugh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, ATK looks like a dolphin compared to Bob. Bob had how many? Yeah, how many 450 gear score units does Bob have? Yo, that's the other thing. Magic Chi is another one that can be very fast that people think is very slow. Or well, not anymore. Like cat's out of the bag. But there was a time period where everyone said that Magic Chi was not fast, and then Magic Chi just rolls up with like a 330 Payra. And it's like, what was that about me not being fast? I don't know, Grader. I don't actually know. Anyways, so Bob has 10 plus for a 10 450 plus gear score unit. That's pretty nuts. Anyways, guys, this is where I'm gonna leave it. I think for Fix It Friday for today, just because, like I said, I'm gonna get going to the videos. That's just the videos. I'm gonna end the video and go to the store so I can go get ingredients to cook myself dinner. If you have any more questions, as always, DM me on the Discord is pinned right in the YouTube chat. I will bring it up here for you guys in the Twitch chat. As always, like I said, DM me. I'll get to it in the next couple of days if I don't already. Everyone else who I didn't answer in Fix It Friday, I will at you in my Discord server, right? And you will see the feedback at some point. Usually, I work on them like Monday or Tuesday morning. That's usually when I'll have some free time because I have a lot of stuff to get done this weekend. And trying to at least enjoy some of my evening, which, by the way, I will be on my Discord server later, so if you have any questions, you can come through, ask me then there. I'll be there in like maybe 4 hours or so after this stream ends. So, yeah. Hopefully it was a good one. Hopefully I was able to give, help you out, bring this some value to your account. Another Fix It Friday in the books. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll catch you guys next time. Later.